Greetings, fellow adventurers and storytellers, and welcome back to Fail with Hope, a stream where we are playing Daggerheart and super pumped about being
What?
players in it.
What? I'm not being a Daggerheart.
Everyone be Daggerhearts.
Ah! Oh, dagger.
If you are catching us on Twitch, we appreciate that. Make sure you hit the follow button down below, and if you have a Prime sub, use it on us. We'd love that. If you're catching us on YouTube, like, follow, subscribe, and share. I don't say that stuff very often. I figure I should every once in a while. It's what you're supposed to do.
You say them very well.
Do it now!
Smash button.
Smash button.
So like scribe. We have been playing Daggerheart and telling a glorious tale together of epic adventures.
A glory story, if you will.
A glory story, and most recently, you all have traveled to the floating desert island of Mirat in order to investigate a Shiner invasion.
A glory story about Shiner holes.
Mm-hmm.
As you explored Mirat and talked to some of the locals there, you did indeed find out that a rift was present. And apparently inside the Great Mound, this massive sandstone mountain, drilled and burrowed into by the many giant desert wasps that reside here in Mirat, and the former home of the Arid Despot, a massive ancient dragon
Daddy Despot,
who had been chased out of his home by these Shiners, and had enlisted you all as his new minions to help him reclaim his glory. You most recently made it inside of the Great Mound after losing a few of your friends in the process. Picking yourself up by your bootstraps, you pushed forward, meeting conveniently 2 new friends to fill the holes. Who also apparently were here in Mirat looking for the source of this Shiner invasion. So you decided to team up and move forward into the Great Mound. The mound itself, having been burrowed into over countless years by these giant wasps, is a labyrinth of crisscrossing tunnels up, down, left, and right. And using your own skills and the help of the amulet of the first wizard to help you hone in on where this rift might be, you have been making progress towards the heart of the Great Mound. In fact, I think you're halfway there, yes. Halfway, at least you think. Along the way, however, you encountered a larger natural cavern where a number of Shiners were kind of patrolling about, waiting for something to kill, basically. Turned out to be a mistake, as they themselves were killed in the process.
Waiting to kill the wrong killers.
Leaving you all with a moment of calm and silence after the chaos of the battle. You have just entered into this chamber, and you can see this larger natural cavern has been filled by a number of these kind of burrow holes of the giant wasps that reside within. A number of these kind of, again, it's kind of made out of a hardened, sandy paste, almost like a concrete that the giant wasps make. Kind of creating their own smaller mounds with themselves a number of tunnels and egg holes drilled into it, or constructed into it. And as the battle subsides around you, you can also see what looks like a number of old, dried blood spatters, some piles of bones, and a few rotting carcasses of what looks to be other lost souls, other creatures, or possibly people that had been feasted upon by the giant wasps that reside here in these tunnels. wasps that are currently not present as they had been called out by Daddy Despot, although at this point that had been a couple of hours ago, so you're not sure if that battle is still raging on at the moment. But you all, your new companions and Terika, find yourselves in this brief moment of calm after the battle. What would you like to do?
Do we need to heal, or can we keep going?
I'm fine.
I mean, I'm good.
Pretty sure I'm fine.
I think we can keep going.
Okay.
Is there anything in this chamber that is interesting?
As you, the kind of
Besides us.
the violence subsides and you take a better scan, you kind of allow your prestidigitated light to suffuse out a little bit further. Among the bones and carcasses around, it looks like under a few piles of rubble that is in this cavern, you do catch like the glint of metal, the smooth shape of glass about. If you would like to search about, you certainly could.
For like 10 minutes, you know.
Okay.
Not a long time, but just if there's anything.
Yeah.
Seems.
Could be a health potion.
Yeah.
I would say this will probably be an instinct roll, unless you're trying to use something else.
No, that's what I was thinking as well. 14 fear.
14 with fear.
Ah,
You get a little bit excited as you spot what looks to be kind of the smooth glass of a vial, and you start to rush over to it, straining your leg, totally a real leg with a brace on it.
Straining my real leg.
Okay, one day we're gonna make it through an episode where we don't point out.
No.
sorry.
Please mark a stress as you look about, and then if you could roll a D4 and a D6 for me.
7.
Well, give me the 4 and give me the 6.
D4 is 4, D6 is 3.
Okay. You take about 10 minutes digging through it. It does look like a number of, not only beasts and animals of the desert, but it looks like a number of possibly travelers or other adventurers had met their demise in this chamber, or at least been drugged here after their fall. And you find a number of interesting items among the wreckage and rubble.
Like 2, 7. I like the number 22. 22 items.
Nope, 4 and 3. You find amongst them the 2 bits that had kind of caught your attention originally. Oops. Sorry, let me make sure I'm getting the name of this correct. Where'd you go?
Where'd you come from?
I thought it was right here. It's not.
Put that, put the song
Yeah, you find that kind of smooth, rounded glass that you had spotted. As you go over and extricate it from the rubber, you can see it looks to be a small pouch that one of these vials is sticking out of. Inside of that pouch is a major health potion, a health potion,
We like that.
a major stamina potion, and a stamina potion.
We like all that.
Lovely.
Lovely.
True love is a great friend of stamina.
You also discover, kind of moving through the rest of the cavern and looking through, a strange cut. It looks to be a stone, but kind of a mineral that almost seems almost like a gemstone, but it's like this blood red color.
Ooh.
As well as a ring that over the gem on it, kind of in the holdings of that gem, is what looks like a shield. Find two other vials of strange elixirs. And another.
He killed 2 of us. He can get us some cool stuff.
My equipment disappeared.
Another stone that's almost almost perfectly round and has this kind of shimmering dim blue glow to it.
These are the bases for something wrong.
Like the bonuses.
Kind of like an orb, yeah.
Awesome. I am finding many things. This is good loot.
Nice.
How do we identify things in this game? Like,
Just about to ask that.
Me too.
Because soon
With
he
my
wants to
eyes.
learn things.
You could make a knowledge roll to try and identify such things. Somebody could spend a hope to help with that. You can use experiences, obviously. If you have other abilities that might help with this situation.
Is this something where one of us would roll for all the items, or can we, like, do we have to, like, oh, I will.
Is it a roll per
this
item?
roll.
No.
Oh,
Wait, we have to identify all the potions?
just want to identify the stuff.
Oh.
Potions are easier to identify. The items.
Your knowledge is
And
higher.
artifacts.
Do you want me to help?
I will do it. I noticed that we're both a little low on hope right now, so either one needs to spend one.
Such a funny thing has occurred. All of my equipment disappeared.
Oh no.
That's sad.
Yeah.
Do you have your old beta character?
Yeah, I mean, I just.
That's weird.
Whoa, what's up? 19 fear.
Another fear.
You're welcome.
Stop quaking in your boots over there.
I'm not afraid. I'm just. I'm
Afraid.
becoming more afraid.
You're almost freaking out.
Fear isn't necessarily that you get afraid. It is the fate of the world pushing back against your
Right. But,
But if you want to narrate that you're becoming afraid, you can.
well, it's,
Freaking out.
if I roll with hope, I get hope. And I think that is being more hopeful. So, if I roll with fear and you get fear, maybe the world is becoming more fearful.
Are you feeling Pegasa?
No. Yeah.
All right. Of the
A little bit
items,
only because we are in here, but not any more than I was 5 minutes ago.
the items that you found, the blood red stone is something known as a bloodstone.
Convenient.
Still
Wow.
I would assume on Dinner Plane you can look these items up, but for clarity, this stone can be attached to a weapon that doesn't have any other feature. When you do so, the weapon gains the brutal feature. When you roll the maximum value on a damage die, roll an additional damage die.
Ooh.
That's good whacking. So.
So check your weapons, see if they have any features on them. Otherwise, the bloodstone cannot be attached. The ring is something known as a ring of resistance. Once per long rest, you can activate the ring after a successful attack against you to have the damage. The other couple of vials that you found, one of them contains a major bolster potion that gives you a +1 bonus to your strength until your next rest. The other one actually looks to be kind of a thick, viscous, greenish blood. And you realize that this contains the blood of the Yorgi, a strange creature from this world.
Alas, poor Yorkie. I knew him well.
You can drink this blood to disappear from where you are and immediately reappear at a point you can see within very far range.
Whoa. Please spell Yorkie.
Yorgi. It's Corgi with a Y.
Not that, because I was going to make a big fluffy butt joke.
The final thing you found, this kind of rounded stone orb, is something known as a channel stone. You can use the stone to take a spell or grimoire from your vault.
Oh shit.
You use it once and then return it to your vault.
Ooh, can I
And
have
is
that?
the stone, is that the channel stone consumable?
It is, yes.
Okay. So once I can take something from my vault, use it and return it to the vault.
Somebody could, yes. Any spell or grimoire.
Got it.
Seems useful for one of you guys.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think the rogue and the ranger also have spells.
I was just kidding because
Anything in my
I.
vault at the moment.
Isn't that for you guys?
Probably, but does anyone
I
want?
do have a couple spells. I was just kidding. I just thought it was a wizard thing. I was just kidding.
It's probably mostly a wizard thing, but not necessarily a
Yeah.
wizard thing.
I don't really. The only thing that would be
Yeah,
useful for
spells.
me is like I have a heal. I do have a healing field.
Hmm.
It's very meta.
Does it go into your vault? I would use
It's
it.
just one would
Yeah.
probably be in my vault. It would probably be that one.
When you guys hit the next tier, this will probably become more useful because more of your stuff is going to end up in your vault.
True.
Yeah.
But I know that you do have that one, the counter spell that
Counter spell goes into
goes
the vault,
straight into the
so
vault when you use
I would-
it.
Well, actually, it doesn't anymore.
Oh, nice.
They changed the wording.
Oh,
You
it
can
went
interrupt a
into your
magical
vault.
effect taking place, make a reaction roll using your spell cast rate. Once per rest on a success, the effect stops and any consequences are
That's
avoided.
so much better.
It isn't, it isn't.
Once per
Wait, you can
rest.
only do it once.
Yeah, I actually would
Yeah.
rather it was
You can pull it back out with some stress.
right.
Hmm.
Oh, that sucks.
Like I could counterspell one time per rest,
Hmm.
Yeah.
so it's like
That's fair.
it's frustrating, you know.
Sorry.
Well, yeah. I mean, there's spell casting.
As
There's
the forever GM, I'll just say counterspell in general is frustrating.
you know what?
For you,
Fair.
Frustrating for you.
Oh, I can see that being Matt Mercer's want is for counterspell to have less power.
You can have it, but not as much.
But just
Yeah.
once.
But that's something like you and Suni could both pick it up. Now the group has 2 per rest.
Right.
But anyway,
Does anyone want the bloodstone? Does anyone have a weapon that has no features and would like the bloodstone?
Mine says +1 to attack rolls. That's a feature. Cool.
But
So,
do you have
thank
any?
you.
Do you have any weapons that you're not using because it didn't have a feature, like a
Probably not, since you
trigger?
just made the character.
Yeah. I have also a blade that comes back to me, so that
Oh, cool.
also has a feature, I guess. So I have 2 featured weapons.
I have one
2
too.
weapons.
I mean, I do
I
have
also
a,
have return joy.
I do have a weapon that I am not currently using, but I do also like my. What do I have? I have a gilded falchion with a 2d10 + 7.
7.
Yeah.
Damn.
And I get to roll additional damage and discard the lowest, which I always remember to do.
I have the same thing, and I remember about half the time.
Oh well, you're definitely doing well, than me.
Weller.
But I also have a mace that I don't use.
Do you think the mace would be better than the option with the bloodstone?
The mace is a d8 + 1, which would become
No.
It would become a 2d8 plus.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
your
it would be
proficiency
2d8 plus 1, and then any max dice explode, basically.
What was the 2d10 one? The
Explode once, or keep exploding, does it say?
Let's see, that was the bloods.
I can look it up, too.
I feel like you should get the
Probably
damage
just once.
half ring down. Because
Well,
she's
she-
gonna be soaking
yeah.
up damage.
I have one of those already also, so somebody can... And then
We
I
should
totally
probably
remember-
have-
But I totally remember that I used it. I don't get hit down, but I try to stay back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, I wouldn't mind something like that because I have a very low. I have a 5 for armor.
Okay.
Well, it's very low for me. My other one was pretty big. I
Well,
don't know.
the five, what are your thresholds?
15 and 27.
Because the ring of resistance is more about your thresholds. It's about knocking it down the threshold without using an armor slot. Your score is how many slots you have.
Oh, I keep like halving. Yeah. Okay. Never mind. Yep.
So there's the Bloodstone, the Ring of Resistance. What's your do you have a weapon without a feature?
I don't think I put one. They have the returning blade as well.
Probably, if it's any kind of a weapon with a name, like the Gilded Falchion, the Returning Dagger, it probably has a feature.
Do you have a secondary weapon? Because you're probably not using two hands on the
Hand runes.
what, hand runes?
Yeah, just regular hand runes.
So that would count.
Could work.
Right? What do they do?
Damage.
I just don't know what hand runes really mean.
What?
You have regular hand runes, not improved hand runes?
You said just one improved one like that, so I chose the improved returning blade
Okay,
and regular hand runes.
okay. I don't think I said that, but if you want to limit yourself, you can.
Okay.
Well,
Well,
more powerful right now.
I am going to get
I love the Bloodstone.
The Bloodstone can be attached to the improved hand runes.
To the improved hand runes?
They have no feature.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay. Wait,
Well-
really?
Yeah, improved hand runes, because that's a basic weapon.
Okay.
Its instinct is the trait, very close range. They do D10 plus 3 magic damage. It's one-handed. No features.
We'll tell yours if you want. New friend that I just met an hour ago.
Finish your loot. Like,
Well, we looted together.
We loot together.
Party that loots together.
Closes a rift together.
Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, that's nice. I don't really know where I was going with that.
I didn't even know.
So after the battle with the Shiners here in the Great Mound, you spend 20 minutes or so picking through the remains inside of this cavern, finding and identifying this loot, distributing it amongst yourselves.
What's the Ring of Resistance?
I mean,
What?
Once per long rest, I think. You can take half damage from an attack.
I don't need that.
Yeah.
oh, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
That was mighty kind.
Um, I would write it down.
Yeah.
You know.
I know.
Sorry.
She's weird. I still remember.
I was like, okay.
As we all know, when Courtney writes it on her character sheet, she never forgets it.
Steel trap. I forget.
What was I saying?
What?
So the Ring of Resistance, once per long rest, you can activate the ring after a successful attack against you to have the damage.
Laszlo, you found the Bloodstone.
That's nice. You get to have the damage.
You found the Bloodstone.
You have it.
Keep
Yeah, I guess.
Wow. Wow, that's so generous.
I was alright with you. I would keep the Channel Stone unless you wanted it. Okay. And then there is the +1 strength potion and what was the blood of the bird using?
Invisibility.
Invisibility. No, teleportation.
Oh, right. But I thought
You
because you
disappear from
that's
your
why my
spot
brain- Yeah.
and then reappear anywhere within very far range.
You and I both
Okay,
have
now let's talk
teleportation
about
spells.
Yeah, we do a Archangel or whatever.
I feel like that is either the rogue or the ranger.
Or the tank to get
Or the
them
tank.
next to
The
someone to
shield.
protect.
Oh, that's a good
true.
point.
I think the shield is a good person to have that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, yours.
that's what I saw.
Take the blood of the Yorkie.
The blood of the Orgy?
Yorkie.
Yorgi.
Okay, because I was going to say that could be pronounced a totally different way. The Orgy.
Please explain.
Oh, the orgy. Yeah.
And what, pray tell, would the blood of the orgy do?
I don't know.
We definitely have it.
That's what they said about Tulok in training. She was like,
They,
the blood of the orgy.
We'd have to check with Manson.
Oh my god.
Okay, alright. The blood of the Yorgi. That's what we said, right?
And there was a stamina potion too, right?
There was a major health and a major stamina and a health and a stamina.
What's a major stamina? Is that
D4 plus 1?
it's
no.
probably 2d4 then, right?
2d4.
If it's a major.
Minor is D4. Stamina is D4 plus 1.
No one yet.
Oh,
Who's the strength person?
D4 plus 2 for both of them.
Who wants the strength potion? Major bolster potion +1 strength.
I'm agility.
Your agility.
I am strength. I have a plus 3. So does it make sense for me to have a strength potion?
It gives
Yeah.
you
Then it
another
would-
plus 1.
So you'd have +6.
Plus 4.
Wait, what? I thought you said
I
+6.
think yes.
You think so?
become
Oh.
stronger.
If we want to, if you know, we can always somebody else can take it from you, but.
But let's say the group needs to make a strength move. It's like something needs to happen. Who is not strong? It's almost like if we all needed to survive an agility roll, I would make us fail.
But we also wouldn't have the time to take a potion in that moment because
Yeah.
it like happens quickly. So like we will even if like I don't know who's the
Or if we
but
do,
like
you could also give it to somebody.
yeah.
True.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I will carry the strength potion.
It's called the major bolster potion.
Major bolster.
Yeah. It's like one of those like yoga pillows.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay.
And then health and stamina.
I always love a stamina potion.
Cool.
But what do I currently
I have a stamina potion.
I have a minor. I have 2 minor staminas. So I'm okay with not taking the major if no one else has a stamina potion.
I have minor stamina and minor health.
You should take that minor stamina.
Yeah. I have a full stamina actually. I have a stamina and a minor stamina, so I'm probably good. I have a minor health and a
I do not have a health.
big health.
Does Suni have stamina and health?
I have a minor health. I don't have stamina, but I'm not really worried about that all that much. I'm really worried more about health.
You don't stress?
I do, but I deal with it.
Okay. You manage your stress well.
Yeah.
Yeah. You, stranger?
What is your potion inventory, stranger?
What do you got?
Standard?
Empty your pockets.
Bring your shit, move!
I'm going to keep walking.
He's a quiet one.
No, I only have a minor health potion. I'll be alright.
So why don't you take one of the? So wait, you're taking.
I'll take the health.
You're taking a full health. And did you want a stamina or do you good?
I have 2 minor staminas, so I'll survive on that. Because the major is a D4 plus 2.
Mhm.
So, and I can clear, I think I can clear my stress.
Okay.
So I will be, I have a full stamina as well.
Okay. So you should
So
take
I
either
can take
minor
a
or
health.
full stamina. Minor or regular stamina.
I'll take a regular.
Take the regular stamina.
Health.
Or no, it's a major stamina.
I was gonna say, there's no minors.
No
in
minor.
this
It's a
game.
major and a regular and a major and regular.
Correct.
My bad. So you're gonna take a regular stamina? Okay.
It's a D4 plus 1 stress clear.
Mine's just a D4.
I think so, yeah.
What do you have?
I have a stamina potion.
So why don't you take...
I think it's a regular. I just wrote stamina potion.
That's a minor.
It's a minor.
Minor,
I guess.
Every character starts with either a minor stamina or a minor health.
so why don't you take a health, either a health or a major health, and either you or somebody else take the major stamina.
I'll take the minor. I'll take the regular.
Regular health?
Whatever, yeah.
Okay.
The health, regular health.
Okay, that leaves us with the major health and a major stamina.
Major health.
You want the major health? Great, take it. Major stamina?
Probably.
Okay.
I think that's a good one. I think she should have it. You use
stresses.
Meta, you use the most stress.
I am very good at stress. Not so good at managing it.
Okay, got everything.
There we go. We got your drinks to manage it now. just drink your stress away.
Being American. No.
Okay, that's all the loot. Thanks, everyone.
Nice. Refreshing. It reminded me of room.
That was our best inventory management ever.
I weirdly really like those kind of things. Because I like it's like really nerdy, but I like that we all made a bunch of really good group decisions about how to share common resources and allocate them like suitably. And that's just really nice.
It's nice when we know what
Yeah.
our characters do and recognize for each other what each other's characters do and need
Yeah.
as well. Yeah. Good.
Yeah, she's a stressy bitch. We all know that.
Too loud. You're grinding your teeth again. Okay.
As you head out from this cavern, continuing to try to navigate these wasp tunnels to make it to the rift itself, you are on a progress countdown currently at 6. Please describe to me what obstacles you come across and how you help overcome them to navigate your way through these tunnels.
Oh, right. We've had so many obstacles so far, right? We found some
You threw rocks.
monkey gators and threw some rocks.
We found a monkey.
There was a wasp that was killed.
Right.
And then
Stranger chick. I remember her name.
Kalika.
No.
Stranger what?
Stranger chick.
Oh,
New girl.
Penelope.
Penelope. And new guy.
Laszlo.
Laszlo. Yeah, you guys. Totally. I feel like I've known you forever. Yeah. Well, you shot that wasp and then ran in and killed the other things and just flew around and did all that stuff. That was cool. Wow.
Is it? Do we? Probably not like anything magically hidden along the way. This is a dragon slayer, also, right?
Yeah.
It is up to you.
This is the dragon slayer.
Yeah.
You tell me what hazards, obstacles,
Yeah.
challenges you come across and how you overcome them.
Well, I'm about to do that, but I wanted to make sure that it sort of fit into the general
General vibe.
vibe of the place. You know what I mean? we come to a sort of open, cleared out cavern, and it looks like the tunnel dead ends, and we've been going like,
Oh, you're so my idea.
do you want to do it?
No, I mean like, you do.
Okay.
You read my mind.
Is there any way that we can combine our efforts if we have the same idea, other than using a tag team maneuver?
I mean, you can always help.
Yes.
Spend a hope to help.
Right, but that doesn't give us 2 successes. It just makes it successful. Right?
But they're reading each other's minds. Do they need to spend hope?
I'll keep brainstorming.
To click the counter twice?
The counter clicks is based on success or hope with fear or hope, or success or fail with fear or hope.
You can do it. I can
No, I want to think it's something.
Okay.
It's a challenge now.
And we've, this particular tunnel has been sort of twisting and turning for a little bit. It's been like, 10 or 15 minutes since there's been a crossroads or a sort of a splitting and branching of paths. And so it seems like backtracking would require some time. And we're starting to hear, a little bit of buzzing.
Oh boy.
And as everyone's kind of like looking around, trying to figure out where to go, I feel just like a faint draft, and I move closer to the wall and touch it. It feels solid, but as I start tapping the staff against it, I cast Reveal. And if there's anything magically hidden within close range the roll would succeed against, it is revealed.
Okay.
And-
But you make a roll on it?
Good. 16 with hope.
16 with hope. Take a hope. And please describe your success to me as we tick down to 4.
It's really tap, tap, tap. And the sound of the gem kind of tapping lightly against the wall changes a little bit at a certain point, and the gem flares, and like really bright, and everyone kind of has to look away for a split second, and then when the after image fades, where there was just like kind of a continuous mountain wall, there is open space, and the tunnel continues on.
And as it does continue onwards, you pass by another of these gouged claw marks forming a sequence of sigils in the wall that you, as you're passing by, see them continuing to power up in some way.
Well, I can't counter anything, but I go like, everybody stand back! I say in my actual voice, not the fake voice that I just did.
Are you okay?
Da! Stand back, please! Another sigil rune thing is going off.
Does it change your voice?
Niet! Don't worry. Okay.
As you point this out to everybody, and the rest of you start to notice as well, again, you can kind of feel this charge in the air as you're close to this sigil, but you can also hear this almost like a shrieking whistle. And you can feel, despite being underground in these tunnels, you can feel a strong wind picking up. And you realize it's kind of been slowly picking up for a while. getting more and more intense.
So we keep going, and the wind is blowing, and we enter into a room that has some of the desert sunlight coming in through some of the holes.
Mhm.
And when we look up, we see that there's actually some shards of glass that are suspended with magic up on the ceiling, and it's kind of creating these weird shadows, like shards of shadow and light on the floor of the room. And they're all kind of like wiggling slightly from the wind. And so I step up and I analyze that, and I look at the path ahead, and it looks like we could go a couple of different directions. And Sumi recognizes this as sort of a puzzle room. And looking at the glass pieces, she starts using prestidigitation to just change the airflow a little bit, to change them around so that it creates a path of shadow on the floor that then leads to a specific path to take.
What role are you trying to make with this?
Knowledge, because I'm using my brain cells.
Go for it.
I'm trying to make a smart roll.
That was the goal.
While this roll is going on, thank you for the hype train out there. Somebody gifting a bunch of subs. We appreciate that.
19 with ear.
19 with ear. A couple of things happen as you manipulate this room, showing the path forward. The rest of you following the trail that Sumi has created, you spot another one of these sigils carved into this sandstone plaster that's been created on the walls. And at this point, even those of you not trained and influenced by the arcane can see it charging fully and releasing. A pulse of energy seems to boom, wash out around you and then dissipate. Your moment of relief that nothing happened is violently interrupted as these winds you've been hearing and feeling building up further and further in the tunnel. You now hear them roaring through, almost deafening in these confined spaces that you're in. Wind blasting through, carrying with it a cloud of sand and dust. It just washes all over all of you, sandblasting each of you. I need everybody to please make a strength reaction roll. If you are wearing appropriate gear for such desert environments, you have advantage on that roll.
Weren't we all?
I mean, I don't know about those two, but we came
We
in on
are.
a sand.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I don't go in the desert without some good equipment. I'm a mushroom. I'm very squishy.
I dry out easily.
I dry out very easily.
Then if we're wearing appropriate desert gear, we can make a roll with advantage.
Correct.
Is that a D? That's a D6.
Correct. Add a d6 to your roll.
And it's a strength roll.
Oh shit.
Well, there's something that's not heavy, basically, like light. No, I'm in a coat. I'm roughing it out here.
Okay.
It's not a good time.
Sumi?
It was strength?
Yes.
Okay. I need to actually do some math. 7.
Success.
12.
Fail.
26.
Success.
17.
Success.
19.
Success. It was just Yvain, as you all try and hunker down from this strange sandstorm appearing in these tunnels here. Yvain, you don't quite get your goggles down in time and cover your mouth quickly enough. It kind of rolls and tumbles you
It's been
over.
a long time since I went to Burning Man. I'm not.
And you mark a stress.
Okay.
However, in addition to that, I'm going to spend a fear as that sandstorm ripping through these tunnels, and you can feel the violence of the velocity of this wind shaking the mound itself around you. And the tunnel that you're in actually shakes enough that it starts to crack and collapse. As it caves in upon you, I need everyone to either make an agility or a strength reaction roll. Did I use 3 with here, so it's at 3. Oops. Don't forget my countdown.
Oh,
Strength or agility?
Strength or agility.
is this important to succeed?
Have a cave-in on top of you.
Oh. Oh.
I don't know if it'll work. Oh, it's all working now.
Laszlo,
12.
fail,
20.
success,
I'm working on it. I'm using my feline instincts.
10.
fail,
11.
fail.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, so I have experiences. Oops.
Yeah, don't forget to use your experiences before you roll if you got them. All right, so everybody marks a stress as they try and dodge and dive out of the way of this cave-in.
But I succeeded.
Yes, those of you that failed also take 15 physical damage.
Okay.
As you don't manage to quite get out of the way and rock and rubble crashes down upon you.
Anybody not able to take their damages?
I would say in this instance, you're kind of so focused on saving yourself, you don't have the capacity to also try and protect someone else.
Okay. Yeah.
You stress and armor swap at a hit point.
Drink a potion. Drink a potion. I don't know you actually.
Who are you? Why are you telling this guy what to do? You don't know
I don't
him.
actually care if you die.
Yeah, I know you.
Succeed.
Probably not a bad idea now.
Probably not that. Yeah.
The mound finally settles from this violent quaking that happened. You kind of working together to extricate those that had fallen fully victim to this cave-in. All of you at this point, dusty, battered, bruised. Any exposed flesh you had has been sandblasted by the sandstorm that just ripped through here. But all still on your feet, at least after a few moments.
Hey.
Regathering yourself.
Potion. I drink those stamina.
Your progress
Yeah.
is at a 3. You gotta get it to 0 to find the rift.
While they potion, can I go? Is that okay?
You could. I'm just wondering if Laszlo has contributed at all to this.
Oh, yeah.
No, you're good.
I don't remember
you are
mine last week.
You are getting low, so
Yeah.
I want everyone to at least have one chance to contribute.
Sorry, I thought you went last week.
No, it's all good. I'd say moving ahead, it seems that the only way forward is something with a ledge, like a tunnel that's just too far up for everyone to be able to go. So I'm going to use my grappling hook to hit a stalactite. There we go. From above.
Stalactite.
Stalact. Okay, thank you. Sorry.
C is for ceiling, G is for ground.
Honestly, I feel like you said that in the game like 5 or 6 years ago, and I use it like every time I wonder. I'm like, gosh, sad.
C is for ceiling, G is for ground.
Okay.
No, there's the other one, like, it's tight to the ceiling. That seems
That's dumb.
confusing.
That's
C is for ceiling, G is for ground.
Stalagmite.
Go for your butt. That's. I think it was a Jack Black quote.
No.
I
Anyway,
think so.
you come, the tunnel that you're following after the cave-in, again, seems to come to a dead end. And you, looking around, see that it's not a dead end, it's just a sheer wall with a ledge on the top. You think you can continue further in. Does the grappler have a trait that is associated with it?
You made a new character with the grappler.
It's a cool weapon.
I can't help it.
Seems I want
No, I don't believe so. No, it doesn't. It's a blank when I pull it up.
Oh, it's just a grappling hook? grappler
weapon. I guess grapple and hook.
Oh, swing it up there.
Yeah, swing it. I'm just gonna toss
think-
it up.
The trait is it
Go
grappled.
anyways. Yeah, just grapple, and then with like everyone, I have an idea. We're gonna have to pull.
Got you.
You want I should pull?
What sort of a ability roll are you trying to use with your grappling hook?
Thinking.
The answer is your best one.
Finesse,
The best.
because it's gonna take some skill to try and go around the whole thing and clip on at the same time.
Heck
Give
yeah.
it at a spot that's not going to snap and break.
Mm-hmm. Could what is it? Give the rope one good like yank so it creates a wave. So as it wraps around, it can like lock in and go down.
You can make a finesse roll. If you want to use a hope to add any relevant experience, you can do that as well.
He's showing us the ropes. Wait, what?
I thought, like, I don't know the song, but I just know there's finesse and Bruno
50.
Mars,
With?
and it's there.
Man, we are
Take
so
that fear.
scary.
Take that fear.
So scary.
Yeah, that's all.
Go for world.
The fear of the world.
So please continue narrating how you
It is not there.
overcome this
Yeah.
obstacle. As you succeeded.
Sit up
So
tonight.
after I have it all equipped onto the stalactite, there we go, I'm getting there. I look at everyone and I go, I think this one's gonna be a group effort, guys. So, my strength's minus one. We're gonna need, we're gonna need to work together for this one.
Okay.
I got
So-
you.
Okay.
And
I'll
then
take anchor.
1, 2, 3. Then we all go.
I
And it
crit.
crumbles down.
Nice.
It's even better.
There was no.
There were, and you forgot the crit.
And as it falls, it just kind of so happened to almost perfectly make it so we can all get up there.
Nice.
And using Laszlo's grappling hook and rope.
I totally use the rope as they fly.
But can I crit so I can have the hope?
If you want to take the next action roll,
Damn.
you can attempt to crit.
Can I apply this roll to it?
As you do all reach the top of this ledge of what you thought had been another dead-end tunnel, and you find that it does extend, continuing on further into the mound. Your progress is now at a 2, you're getting very close. However, you pass another of these sigils carved into the wall, and you see it powering up once again.
Can anyone like smash it or something?
Sure.
I just go.
This is simple.
I see a sigil carved into the wall,
Mhm.
and I want to smash it.
I don't know if this will work, but like something, you know.
Do I know
To
by
try to.
experience if this is a very bad idea and I should stop her?
You're not sure, but there have been multiple of these sigils throughout the place.
Well, if I don't know from a magical practitioner experience, then I'm just gonna let
I mean,
nature take its course.
I repudiated one of them. Do I feel like it's a terrible idea to smash it?
I'm walking up to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Do it.
had failed your roll to investigate the sigil, so you're not sure. That's why none of you know, because your chance you had to look into it, you had
Just
failed the roll.
imagining
So
we're seeing this happening. We're both in real time being like,
I'm
No,
picking
you
up
guys
a real
look
big
at each
rock
And like, you're like, oh shit.
and I'm heaving it at it because I don't want to take personal connection to it.
okay.
Well, yeah.
Right at the sigil. Like
I feel
from
like this
maybe
is-
like 4 feet away, so I get some good impact. And I'm not too far away,
Okay.
but like I want some power in it. But I'm not like face to face. But I'm like,
4 feet.
4 feet.
Very
I
close.
like that you gave the numerical exact number and then the metaphorical explanations.
very thorough.
20. Well, I don't know. What am I rolling? Strength?
It's your choice.
Your best trait.
Yeah, it would be strength.
Yeah. You're hucking a rock, right?
23. Hope.
Woo!
Nice, take that hole.
Yeah, I'll take a hope. I wanted hope. I said I want hope, and I got hope.
There you go.
You pick up this large rock, seeing another of these sigils, and now you're kind of recognizing it. You're seeing it starting, just beginning to power up once again.
Oh, no, you don't.
You hurl the rock at it from exactly 4 feet away.
Not close enough to be in its face, but just, like,
No personal connections.
yeah.
The rock
Bum, bum.
smashes the sigil. In fact, it smashes the entire wall, opening it up to another tunnel.
Oh, perfect.
Further
I realize that.
That seems to be a bit of a shortcut that you have revealed towards the center, as you are now at a 1.
That was good. Good smash.
Yeah, I like to smash things.
Yeah, I know.
Smashing's good.
I have noticed about
Yeah.
you.
The sigils continue to power up.
Smash bang,
And
crash.
The sigil continues to power up.
other sigils throughout this complex do continue to power up, as it is now on a countdown of 3, but your progress is at a 1.
Alright, oh.
Nice.
And as you two especially, even without the amulet,
We are getting close. I can
you
feel.
feel the charge in the air. You feel your own magics becoming more, not really more potent, just so much easier to access. It's like usually they're kind of through a
Doing
window.
the rift dance.
Yeah. I'm vibing with this.
I pick up the rock and I just walk through the hole.
Usually you're kind of channeling this arcane energy almost like through a window, and it's like somebody just opened that window up and
Since
it's
you're going
freely
first,
flowing
you-
out to you.
I do prestidigitation to make your rock glow, so you can just be
Oh, cool.
facing light.
She ruined your rock. Yeah.
Wow.
And
My rock is
as
like a
you're
rune or something.
approaching this iridescent armor-clad shiner that has been traveling with you, Tarika, she's kind of walking along, and you can see that she also can sense you're getting close. She says, I've been thinking much about this current situation. Something feels off. This place that we are. I expected when I came to the crossing to see people. But it is
People here?
Oceans or like people like outsiders?
Yeah, we would not
Yes.
survive wasp's nest.
But as I have said, emotions, we grow from your emotions.
You're right.
There are not many emotions here. Even traveling a distance where I found you, there were very few people with emotions. I do not know why Mamul would come through to this place. It is. I must speak to the Solidarity about what is happening. Perhaps they might have more insight.
Perhaps it was not Mamul who chose the location.
But then why?
We have heard that there is a wizard on our side who is opening these rifts.
But
Perhaps
why-
it was not Mahmoud's choice.
it still is confusing though, if they are working together to be this far away.
Sometimes there are different parties to a conspiracy who have aims that are adjacent but not exactly aligned.
Maybe they want Daddy Despot's feelings.
Perhaps that is true. Maybe
Because
they
he's
are
really
alone.
big.
Are you on feelings of Great Dragon? He is feel the effects of Pagasa.
Yes, but as far as I can tell, physical size does not affect emotional size.
Hmm.
In fact, some of the smallest can have the greatest, strongest emotions, such that you call fear, terror. These are some of the emotions that can be felt strongest, that are easy to provoke. It is why the Mahoshans, the ones who came through first, why they crave violence, bloodshed. They seek to incite fear, terror, to make them stronger. But here, it is void. No, it is confusing to me, but it is just something that I've been thinking about as we travel through these tunnels.
It makes me think that maybe the rifts are created further away so that they can step through like you did, to then be in this plane of existence, this place. Maybe that is why. If it was a rift where we live, we would try to close it, stabilize it, control it.
Perhaps this is it. But if I know anything of Mamul, it will not be as simple as we like. But
I guess we will find out when we are get to Rift.
it could be.
Do we feel the Pagasa getting stronger?
I would say,
I thought
yeah.
Pagasa was a thing.
No,
Or
we're
is
just
it a state of
referring
mind?
to it as a thing, but Pagasa, there's
Is
the
the
effect
shiner.
of Pagasa.
Pagasa is the shiner, but we have been referring to the
His
emotional effect
emotional
of
effect.
the despair as feeling the Pagasa.
Because they,
Because it
Feel
sounds
the
cool.
Pagasa effect.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
and then kind of read that
You
emotion.
can certainly feel that what you're recognizing now, at least those of you that have been dealing with this for a while, you're recognizing now as an outside influence. Something is provoking these other emotions in you, trying to stoke those flames. But you seem to be able to be in a bit more control of it, especially now that you can recognize it happening. But
And then we realized we should catch Penelope and Laszlo up, so we do that, because maybe we didn't tell you guys about Pagasa.
Yeah, they are seeming a little bit sad.
Little hope.
Hold up. Let me tell you about Pagasa.
Oh. I thought it was just the desert air and the imminent death. But it's nice to know that it's an outside force and not just my own brain.
Yeah,
How
that's
did
just
you-
not the nest that we're in.
Yeah.
How did you guys get this close to the rift and have no idea about that, though?
Well, we're feeling.
Well, how could you not feel that way naturally? Like, it's a pretty big mission.
It's a pretty gross desert. It's hot and makes me
Wow.
sad.
The desert is
Yeah, I don't desert.
I can accept that, but desert is a beautiful place.
I'm sorry. Did you tell us before? Is this your first rift?
It's my first visit to a rift, yes.
No, yeah, I don't believe I've ever encountered anything like this yet.
Who is send you again?
That was not the time. We
This is the time
In a very
because we're
dangerous
about to
location.
just go into a rift.
Yes.
And
No, no,
we're
no, no.
gonna
Nobody
Well-
step in drift or you will die.
go there.
Noted.
It's not just like a little thing, you know, it's like a kind of a big thing. And you guys, I mean, you know, are you just gonna run out of there? Like, are you prepared for this?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, somewhat. We had an idea of what to expect, but nothing like this.
I mean, we haven't done this per se, but we've held our own for this long.
And that's true. The gator monkeys were.
You're welcome.
You did hold your own there.
You're welcome.
You know, it's true. And the dragon, and you know, he did sneak
As we're
in.
whispering in a really dark tunnel.
I'm walking along with a
hearing.
boulder in front of me, full of light. Why, I don't know.
Because it's cool.
It made me happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, we're here to help you guys in whatever way, because together we're better than separate. And y'all don't want our help. We can go.
No,
You know,
I mean,
it's-
it's so crazy to think that you didn't even know about these feelings. You're just walking in
To be fair,
full
this is
of
big new
hopelessness.
discovery.
And this
We
is-
are sort of at the bleeding edge of research on the subject.
And the world right now, the state of affairs, one could reasonably believe that those emotions were coming from within. There's a lot of bad things happening right now.
Yeah, I've never felt this way before.
Well, it is important to know feeling does not come from your heart.
Good.
That
Good.
And you're gonna feel better when we get away from here.
Thank God. The sooner the better.
But we are here, if we can close Rift, if we can figure out some way, we will do this.
Mhm.
But if not, then we will do our best to slow down the advance of Mahoshan's and frustrate Mamul's plans and notify armies of Kingdom and forces of Convocation of location of Rift.
Yes.
Worst case, we'll fill
We
in
are
the
all on the
rocks.
same page so far.
Seems so.
Yeah.
We must
Okay.
try to see if we can stabilize or close Rift on our own. This is very important for us to study this.
I
and try to
agree
figure
with
it
you,
out.
but it's possible is, First Wizard said, we will not be able to do this on our own. But we
These
should
are
try.
unusual rifts. We
We
must
should
try.
try. It is okay.
I would,
Okay.
I would point out, if we are able to close the crossing, it might be best that I go back through before it is closed. The Solidarity needs to know what we have discovered, and
No.
they need to know that we have allies on this side, that we are working together to stop Mahmoud.
But then, if you want to contact us again, is it going to be in any body of water, or is it how does it work?
I do not know, it was difficult for me before to find you. If I can do so again, I will, but
Will it be easier now to find us?
I hope.
Yeah, when you get over there, tell them to stop making rifts. You know, just tell them to knock it off.
The crossings are being created from this side. This much I am sure.
We know this to be true. There's
It's known.
You are making the face that is say you want to argue, but we have learned this.
Yeah, but I mean,
it is good to question things.
right. I believe these facts to be true. This hole with rocks. I remember this from the day we found the book.
Taking a few moments to catch your new allies up to the current situation, and Tarika expressing her own ponderings and concerns, you do recognize that you are indeed very close to the rift. In fact, you might get there, it could be just around the corner. All depends on what your next roll is.
You had one that you wanted to do.
Yeah. As we move forward in the tunnel and we're getting closer and closer and closer, there's, I'm assuming more and more shiners and stuff, more dangers, more baddies. We get to an intersection that's kind of like a big, it's not a cave, but it's like a big roundabout. You know, like a, it's not a cave, but it's a, yeah. So, and we know to go up and to the left, and that's where we have to go. And as we kind of sneak up to it, we see, we hear some like a boom, 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 like a rhythmic banging noise coming from that tunnel. And I say just like, hang on a second, and I call my little flying squirrel out, and I have it go and investigate for us.
Okay.
To see what it is.
Okay.
As I would use
Is that an instinct roll?
well, it's not a roll. I use a stress to look into. I mark a stress to look into its eyes. So I'm trying to figure out. So I'm trying to use my agility. So I'm gonna say I look through his little eyes and help maneuver him around the little obstacles to stay hidden and to stay out of sight, to get close enough to whatever this banging is.
For like stealthing? Like sneaking?
Well, I'm trying to maneuver.
Oh.
It's for agility.
Oh,
Trying
for
to
dodging?
Maneuver around things.
So you can
If that works.
make an agility roll.
Cool beans. And I don't have any hope, but I think I'm going to use an armor slot to get a hope to use my hide in plain sight experience, because I'm using a maneuver to hide them from things. Is this a stretch, or does this work?
It is up to you what you spend your hope on.
Cool, that's what I'm going to do then. Because we're so close. I don't want to fuck it up. I might have fucked it up.
I was considering that, but I can only do it once, and I'm almost like I should wait until maybe I'm gonna
It's
die.
12.
With?
Fear.
You fucked it up!
So you mark a stress to
Yeah.
see through your flying squirrel's eyes.
Yeah.
And as you're looking through its eyes and you're trying to help it maneuver through these tunnels and remain hidden, you find that its will kind of battling against your own. It's not used to someone else taking full control. Like, you seeing through its eyes is one thing, but to take full control of it, there's kind of this battle of wills that goes on for a few moments. That causes you to mark an additional stress from the mental strain.
Okay.
And
Do I get to see what the banging is?
you do.
Because I had a joke.
Is it a knock-knock joke?
No.
Yeah.
No.
You
But if you're gonna make something up, then I.
you do discover what the knocking is. You can tell me what that is. It is not the rift.
I don't believe it to be the rift. Yes.
Correct.
Yeah.
What is it?
What?
So as my little flying squirrel
Over and
goes,
bugbear.
it trips over itself a couple times, and you guys all hear the squirrel like chittering and like making, and you thought like it's supposed to be quiet as I'm sitting there, not really making any movement or anything, but it makes it to the banging noise, and it's getting a little nervous too, so it's chittering a little loudly as it looks around the corner, and it's like the wind that's been blowing through has been like knocking a rogue, like a loose rock into the wall, and it's like making it go bang 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 bang.
And the rhythmic banging.
It's not
itself,
like drums, but it's not. It's a rock.
It does pick up slightly as the runes continue charging up. The winds again rising in intensity. And you also realize upon sending the squirrel out that for the last 15-20 minutes or so you've been following the wrong path. And your progress goes back to a 2.
Oh,
Shortcut?
jeez.
Wasn't a shortcut?
It was. Then you took the wrong path after it.
I blast the room.
You blast.
You said there was a room charging up?
You don't see any, but you feel the winds picking up again.
Okay.
You realize, meta, the runes are charging up.
Got it.
In character, there's not one right in front of you at the moment.
Okay, no, then I blast. Gotcha.
You charge it up?
I have blue staff.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Uh-oh.
Obviously, the only other
We're
guy.
gonna get some.
And as the winds begin to pick up once again, as you're sitting waiting for this flying squirrel recon mission, with the rising winds, you feel the great mounds start to rumble and quake once again. As I will spin the fear that you just gave me, as the tunnel that you are in collapses and caves in around you once again. I need.
Well, I would love to create a construct from the falling rock and have it shield us. Can I do that?
So cool.
Is that a reaction?
No, but
Oh.
I would say. I'll say you can't interrupt it entirely because I am spending a fear to make a move
You
here. If
You can't
it does
stop
cost
the
a hope.
speed.
That matters.
if you want to spend the hope to try and form a construct as the rubble is falling, you can do so, giving everyone advantage on the roll.
Okay, I will do that. Okay.
And then I need everyone to make an agility or a strength reaction roll with advantage.
So that's a lead.
Tulok.
27.
Success.
20.
Success.
17.
Success.
22.
Success.
I'm feeling 22.
Right.
I did, but I rolled poorly, so I feel like it's 20.
All successes.
Yeah.
As you all mark a stress.
Oh, fuck. I need a potion real quick.
The physical exertion of trying to dodge some of the rubble and
Start
position
drinking.
yourself
Did you
under
have
this construct that is trying to shelter you.
It doesn't last super long, but it helps.
It does help, as none of you take the damage associated with it. You just take the stress from the situation, and you may continue trying to navigate the tunnels of the Great Mound.
I don't really like ask for help often, but we got a pretty decent stamina potion before, right? I don't know who got that. Can I have that? Can I have that?
Sure.
Yeah, we're a team here.
I appreciate it.
I think it's the only one I have. Well, I have a regular.
I can switch it. I can give you a minor. I'm
Take my major.
Stress it now.
Take my major. It's a D4 plus 2.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you so much.
I have a regular left.
Oh, thank God. That's a 4. That means I don't. I don't know you people very well, but I didn't want you to see me like that.
You're really feeling the weight of the world there for a minute.
I hate the desert. Don't let her say that.
She feels very particular about Marat.
I can
It's
tell.
kind of her home.
I fucking hate it here.
Okay, shh now. Oh, well, she heard you. You're on your own.
Another of the tunnels you were in having collapsed around you, you managed to avoid the worst of the cave-in, but still feel the physical strain of this journey that you're on. And you've been navigating through these tunnels now for maybe 3 or 4 hours.
Wow.
But you are close.
This boulder's getting really heavy.
We're really close. Why don't we just try to feel our way we're still close.
I'm just gonna roll this thing.
We can tell where it is.
Okay. Okay.
I roll this ahead of us.
I spent my time on it. Ow.
It's still
On my real leg.
Also real toes.
Real all the way down.
Keep forgetting. I'm sorry. Did you know that's a real leg?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh.
How, do you not tell?
I don't know. He walks funny. I thought it was fake.
Wow.
It's not real. Fix that.
It's a mistake. Okay, I forget. Excuse me.
Would you mind picking Rook up and moving, please?
Oh, yeah. Put it over here.
My real leg.
Well, get out of the way.
I was out of the way.
Oh, right. Well, I mean,
I changed its color.
I don't know. You know what? It's just there. It's a boulder. I don't know. We're in a hole. Just climb over. You'll be fine.
You got a grappling hook.
Help or anything, but if you want to do it and we're just,
Yeah.
otherwise we're doing it.
Sure.
What are you doing? You're doing
Can
it.
we sort of
We're
like
doing
douse for the
Okay. Where should we go?
Right on that boulder.
Can we sort of hotter, colder, feel our way back to the correct path and towards the
Rather cold.
You tell me how
Please
you're
don't get
navigating.
too
We're
another.
right. That's just my way of phrasing that. That's what we're.
We're playing hot and cold with our emotions.
No.
No, magical energy.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'll play, but with sadness.
Okay.
Okay.
Great. Do you want to spend a hope to help with sadness?
Sure.
Okay.
I only have 2 hope. I'll do
Okay,
it.
don't do it then.
Oh, okay.
Flavor-wise, you are helping.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're doing this together.
I'll just-
We're a team.
I'll talk the whole time.
Okay.
So, roll advantage then.
I'll talk about my job.
It's helpful because if the conversation gets sadder and sadder, we'll know that you're spiraling, which means we'll know we're getting closer.
Right.
Or
I make a knowledge roll. Which is 22 with fear. No, hope, excuse me, with hope. Ah. Hope. That's good.
22 with hope is a success, which takes it down by 2. As you do, you kind of stop trying to physically navigate through this. Even tucking the amulet away. And full on enigmentoy, you hold the sword out, close your eyes, start to follow through. And as you kind of turn away from the tunnel you had been heading down, and following your sense of this rift down a different tunnel, you can indeed feel the charge in the air growing more and more intense, to the point that even those of you who are not gifted in the arcane arts can feel this kind of charge in the air. Your hairs kind of, if you have hair, those of you that have hair.
Who has hair?
Nope.
You have
Oh, he's
fur.
hair.
You have hair.
Those of you with
I mean,
hair.
you have hair.
oh yeah, I do have hair.
It doesn't stand on end though because it's too busy blowing in the
Yeah, it's just way too blowing in the wind.
It actually got no sand at all.
And you can see Terika as well, almost has like a little bit of almost like a spring to her step, like suddenly she's either more energized or like gravity's not holding her down as much as you're walking forward, and she does kind of like, she puts a hand up on your shoulder as you're leading, and she's like, it is working, we are getting close. Is everyone ready for what lies ahead?
Unfortunately, no.
But we are okay.
This may be our last chance. If there is anything we want,
I thought she
prepare
was
ourselves.
gonna say our last moments.
Could also be our last moments.
Well, I guess I might take Kava's armor here.
Do what?
Take Kava's armor.
Oh.
Give myself an armor boost.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna take a major sand potion because I need it actually.
Okay.
I don't know, guys.
Wow.
I really needed one more hope. You know what? Actually, here's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, roll your number.
Who needs hope?
You haven't rolled your magic number, have you?
No.
I mean.
You have no hope?
Yeah.
How many hope?
No. To toss up.
What do you do with your hope?
Let's see. I can hurt people. I can protect once per long rest. I can just negate the damage of any attack on me or an ally. I can. Do the thing that I did with you, where you have like the extra attack. Anybody's like you can just do an extra enemy and deal damage to them.
I roll for hitting, so I can probably get Hope easier than she can. You know what I mean? Like
You
I
roll
shoot
more often
roll
because
more.
you don't
Yeah.
roll when you attack.
Yeah. Really, the only thing I do is
I-
shoot. So
I do roll when I attack, but there's like other things that I would also be doing with my hope. So like utility to help people, which wouldn't necessarily be a roll.
yeah, she can be. She's more.
Okay, so you're not doing as many rolls, so you're probably more in need of getting the hopes. Okay.
Yeah, 'cause I can,
You can help people.
yeah, or like deflect the damage. and
Yeah.
stuff.
Okay, Stuni, I'm gonna ask you about something that you're good at, so that we gain some hope. So, Stuni,
There are so many things. I don't know.
The book she writes.
yeah.
I do prestidigitation, but I make like a fidget spinner thing, like
And then you need to start batting it.
it just kind of reminded me of
Avatar,
Avatar.
yeah.
And I'm just like, so when I feel really like strong emotions like that, where it's just your mind's going all sorts of bad places, I do this, and it distracts me, and this is something
Hmm.
that I can do. I suppose it'd be really hard to teach you because you're not really a wizard. That's not the thing you did. But this is something I learned, like one of the first things. So maybe I can teach you. And this is the thing I do.
Wow, that's really cool. You're kind of amazing. An amazing wizard.
Thank you.
You get 3 help. I get 3 help.
Whoa,
That's a lot.
that's a good one.
Yeah,
I like that.
I can only do it once a day.
Potions drank, armor enchanted around yourself,
I spend 3 hope.
and some
You spend 3 hope.
Mm-hmm. To remove 2 armor
Okay.
things.
Oh, this is your turn now.
Mm-hmm.
and fresh inspiration doled out among the party. Tarika kind of looks around at all of you and just says, I do not know what lies ahead, but I am glad to have found allies in this fight. I hope that we can overcome what lies ahead of us.
Me
She's like, her emotion is like boundless optimism, right? Is that how you describe it?
Her emotion is hope.
Is hope. Oh yeah. So can we like just
Oh God, let's not
Oh,
fail
yeah.
with hope.
Let's do that. That felt really good.
yeah just sort of like just try to at whatever capacity we're able to just sort of like key into that. Breathe it in a little. and
Take
feel-
a moment, feeling her vibes.
Mhm.
She says, I do not know how the others, Mamul, Pakasa, Gavi, I do not know how they incite the emotions that they do. I wish I could, but
You'll figure it out.
I hope that I can help in other ways.
Okay.
Oh! I'm gonna take the major bolster potion now. It's
Yeah.
until my next rest.
Fuck yeah, do it.
Okay. Yeah. Might as well. Use it right away. Sorry, I'm totally listening to what Tarika's saying.
Sounds like it. She,
Oh, is it?
They're just chugging over it.
her smaller, lower, 3-fingered hands kind of wrap around her torso again, blending seamlessly into her breastplate, as it were, while her longer, bladed arms come out from behind her as she brings them up, and she just says, "Okay, I am ready if all of you are."
Let's do this.
My bow comes off of my body. And so does my quiver. And my arrows are not to narrow enough. I'm ready too.
God, that is so like majestic and just mind blowing at the same time.
Thank you, May.
I kick the colorful lighted boulder ahead of us. And I grab the gilded falchion. Let's go.
Readying yourselves for whatever you might encounter ahead.
Made me dizzy.
You continue to push forward. And you can see, kind of from around a bend in the tunnel ahead of you, what appears to be dim sunlight, kind of just making its way up to that bend and not quite coming all the way around it. You can still feel the energy of a rift growing in intensity, stronger and stronger, to the point that you two feel like you gotta cast something, you're gonna explode. Like there's that much arcane energy building in and around you. And as you approach that bend, you hear heavy footsteps. And among those heavy footsteps, you also hear voices. Indistinct at first. You approach the corner. They become a little bit more distinct. One of them sounds like a feminine voice. The other has that kind of discordant alien tone to it. Where you are now, just around the corner from the source of this light and these voices, close enough that you can tell these two voices apart, but not quite close enough to hear it. And you kind of realize to hear what they are saying to involve rounding this corner and possibly becoming seen. But if you would like to try and hear what is being said.
Can you make yourself invisible to find out what they're saying? I whisper to Laszlo.
Yeah, I can do that.
But he's not gonna know who they are.
Will you consent to a telepathic link between us so that you can see and give us a little bit of a lay of the land while you're seeing it?
I suppose so.
Done.
Wait.
No hesitation.
They don't. The Shiners don't see. They
Feel.
see
They still
feelings.
see though,
Kind of. They
Right?
see
That's-
feelings.
but she can see us.
Take a rock with
She's not
you
aware of our
and
emotional
stand
energy.
behind a rock. Remember?
I don't think I can carry that far. Plus, wouldn't it be weird to see a floating boulder?
That's glowing.
There might be there's some kind of voice going on, two voices going on.
Oh. Well, maybe if they don't know to look at us, then they won't know to look
You
at
will be
us.
invisible. You will be able to tell us things. It should be enough.
Perhaps.
We'll just stay low.
We will be right behind you.
Yeah, it'll be fine. Let's not poke holes. But I'm sure the DM didn't even think about that.
So, for invisibility, I make a spellcast roll.
Okay.
On success, mark as stress, and choose myself an ally within melee range, become invisible. Can't be seen except magical means, and attack rolls against them are made with disadvantage.
Okay.
When the invisible creature takes an action, spend a token from this card. Hold on. Yeah, place a number of tokens equal to your spellcast trait. Then, like, when you take an action, remove one of them. And after the action it spends, the last token is resolved. The effect ends.
Okay.
15? It says 10 on here, so I'd have to eat 10.
Beat a 10.
Cool. I am
Are you
invisible.
bringing someone with you?
With?
Oh yeah, I guess so. Hope.
Take a hope.
Hope.
Nice.
You bring someone with him?
You said him and she's like,
Him or someone else.
oh, I thought you
I
said
heard the
and.
same.
What does it look like when Laszlo turns invisible? You
Nothing.
just step back into the shadows and
It looks
Yeah, just
invisible.
Hopefully it looks
in the
like-
bush. Yep.
Is that like an invisibility thing?
It's an invisible bush. and
Just
step
get
back in.
enveloped by shadows
Yeah.
until I just kind of become invisible to naked eyes. Really.
the light coming from around the corner kind of casts this long shadow of the wall, and you see that shadow almost reaching out, growing and extending towards Laszlo, seeming to almost kind of shroud over him, coming off of the ground and the walls to cover him. And the image of Laszlo in front of you kind of fades into darkness, and then the shadows go back to their natural state, and Laszlo is no longer there.
In my mind, I go,
Wait, where'd he go?
are you there? Are you still there just staring at us and we cannot see you?
Yeah, I haven't moved yet. I'm just chilling. I've not gone anywhere yet.
I
That
really
is
gotta.
consistent with vibes so far.
Alright, so where do I need to go?
Right around the corner, right?
Yeah,
Seems that way.
we're there.
Careful.
Slowly and quietly.
Alright, I'll try my best. And then I will start. I'll just go. I mean, it's kind of invisible. I'll just take my time, really. It's casual. There's nothing really.
Casual, just hands in pocket.
Just really relaxed. Hands in.
Out for an afternoon. If you could please make a finesse roll for me to try and, even though you're invisible, trying to stay quiet and hidden from any that might see through your invisibility.
Crit.
Yeah!
So casual, so smooth.
Take a hope, clear stress.
Smooth operator. I'm clear.
Jeez, super
I'm full.
hopeful.
I didn't even need that.
Philip cleared out.
I didn't even need it.
As
Jeez, just rolling in the hope over there.
unseen to Penelope and the rest of your new friends, you smoothly glide away. And without even kind of needing to look around, you can almost sense the little alcoves and nooks and crannies where the shadows are the darkest. And you smoothly glide from one to the other, moving further around this corner and towards the sound of these noises. You can see that the tunnel in front of you again opens up into a much larger cavern. And there are shafts of sunlight piercing through the ceiling above, giving these spotlights at various points through this massive cavern. You can see in the center of this cavern, near enough to the center, there is actually a large pool of water with a chunk of rock that kind of juts up out of the middle of that water. You see some piles of rocks and rubbles kind of spread around the cavern as well. Looks like there's a few more of these wasp nests that have been built up in some of the corners. And you can indeed see a few of these shiners, or Mahoshans, as you've learned they've been called. These shiners are kind of walking and stalking around this chamber. Just off to your right, there is a large pile kind of mounded up almost as if like a nest of like dried branches and shrubs and sticks and things. What looks like a number of kind of bones and partial skeletons kind of in and around it as well. It looks like a massive nest of some kind of huge creature. The last thing you can see in this large cavern, on that jut of rock in the middle of the water, hanging in space, is what looks like reality itself has been ripped apart. There is this rift, this hole in reality, maybe 10, 15 feet across. The edges of it are rough and frayed. You can almost see them like flapping like torn cloth in a breeze, flapping in the wind. And there is this pulsing energy rippling out from this rift. Standing near that rift on this island are two figures. One of them, most certainly a shiner, with the very familiar iridescent carapace skin armor covering it. Although this one looks almost more humanoid than other shiners you've seen. Somebody making popcorn?
What the hell is that noise?
Yeah, what is
Something in the kitchen probably.
Is it raining?
Sorry, 1 second. There's a weird noise coming from our house.
It's going pop, 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 pop.
Which one of the aquariums?
Oh,
It is.
the bubbles.
Oh, wow.
Bring us up to a break point though. So let's get to the break point and we will check out what that noise is. Sorry for that quick interruption. So you see these two figures in front of this rift. One of them very much a shiner with the iridescent carapace armor. Again, more kind of humanoid in form. In fact, some of the carapace looks to be forming almost like a hood or a cowl around this gaunt face. The face almost seems human, except the eyes are triangular, and there is a third eye in the center of its forehead. It seems to be in conversation with an elven woman. An elven woman with long auburn hair, kind of tied back in this intricate braid. A number of smaller braids all kind of coming together to form a larger that trails down her back. She's wearing these, what seems like silk, delicate robes with a soft lavender color. You're relaying this information telepathically back. The description very much matches that of the first wizard.
Yeah.
I knew it.
And
I fucking fucking knew it.
Well,
Well, but there's,
I mean, I don't know anything.
but there's the copy.
I was just gonna,
The person
so
who's been impersonating her.
there's the first wizard, and then there's this other first wizard who,
But
you
there
know.
might be the
Yeah,
same.
and I think the first wizard at the sanctuary is the fake.
Could be.
Yeah.
I don't know.
She probably did it.
Wow.
Anyway.
as
Sorry.
you
Spirited about
I know,
it.
I'm sorry, I don't know
Every
anything.
detail that you have, you know.
you are relaying as best as you can. You're kind of like sending these brief images as you start to figure out how this telepathy is working. You can sense the kind of shock and surprise from Suni as you relay the image of this woman. And you're kind of just close enough to make out finally what the two of them are saying. The shiner just says, I think it is time for you to be silent, fleshy one. Mamul sent me here for a reason. and Pagasa will see Mamul's will done. The woman replies back, "You are but a lackey of Mamul. I am his confidant and his advisor. We have worked together for uncounted years. This plan, our plan that you enact for us, is going just as I thought it would. The defenders rally to the rifts, leaving their heart open for invasion." Suddenly, her gaze shifts, looking directly at you. And that's where we'll take our break. To find out what's wrong with the fish tank and do all the other things we do during a break.
Sanctuary is so safe. Nothing can happen.
We appreciate all of you out there in audience land. Again, whoever gifted the anonymous subs, you wanted to remain anonymous, we will respect that. We appreciate you as well. Anybody out there that got a sub, give a thank you in chat for whoever happened to give those out. And we will return here in a few moments to find out what happens at the Rift. We'll see you all then. Welcome back to Fail with Hope, where we are learning to be a lady.
M'lady.
Laszlo, you have invisibly crept forward, crepited,
You creep.
to discover the source of these voices, having found a number of shiners, as well as this elven woman, talking with one of the shiners in front of this rift. And as you sneak up listening in on their conversation, she stops and swings her gaze over, seemingly looking directly at you. As she just almost hisses out, "We're not alone." And she disappears into a purple mist.
Does the purple mist stay there, or does it then vanish when she's gone?
The purple mist dissipates.
Okay.
She's just.
And she is not in her previous location. But with you all creeping up in this moment, the action is on all of you. I assume that Suni senses a spike of panic.
My heart rate just jolts up and my
The
legs
eyes
just
lock onto you. You all are basically just off of the map, but you basically get onto the map with your move.
This is worth mentioning right now. I learned that my arcane door spell, I can send somebody else through it instead of me.
Oh,
And I have that
You have it as well.
It's just in the vault right now, but.
So if anyone wants to teleport into this chamber and point within far range, I can do that.
Yeah.
Point you can see.
Yes.
Is that an expensive resource for you? Like, is it a limited resource?
It is not a limited resource.
Something
It
we
does cost a
discussed
hope.
beforehand. Okay.
There's only one hope.
One hope.
That's quite nice.
Yes. One hope, and I can do it as many times as that.
Very cool.
So, just putting that out there.
Are you feeling particularly hopeful?
I am feeling solidly mid-hopeful. I have 3 out of 6 hope.
I wouldn't. I guess I don't. We don't.
I feel.
What do you all want to do? You, as this elven wizard blinks out, the humanoid shiner, Pagasa, you assume, raises a clawed hand in your direction, although he's kind of pointing a little bit more vaguely. And he just says, "Intruders, stop them!" But the action is on all of you.
I mean, I'll fly in. I mean, I can shoot basically everywhere. So I'm like, I don't know. You just saying that about teleporting, I can just fly in.
Totally. I'm just putting it out there as,
Yeah.
as an option
Cool.
for people. I don't have
So-
particularly anything in mind.
I don't know what it's gonna be like when we get it in on the scene, but
Right.
that was something that, getting close to the rift, if there's a book machine and trying to work with that, and if I,
Then book machines.
yes, one of them book machines. So I know, like, I probably am gonna wanna get close. I also have the Arctic, but it is in the vault right now, and I'm not sure how things are gonna play out, but if I were to go over
I
there.
support that, although it does seem like it might be a close
It-
battle.
I don't know. I'm just,
Yeah.
that's why I'm saying, like, that is one of my goals, is to get over there and not die.
Great. Last time we were around the rift, we had a bonus to spellcasting. Do we this time?
You do indeed feeling this charge of magic, this arcane energy, and again, like, you're bursting, like you are desperate to cast something as this energy is building up into you. So the wizards have a +1 to their spell
Just the
cast.
wizards?
Just the wizards. Just the practitioners of the arcane, as the source of their magic is nearby.
Okay, and so what do we see here? Who are these guys?
You don't see anything currently, but the images you get from Laszlo, at least one massive brute of a shiner, kind of almost orangutan-like arms. Its legs comically small compared to the length and bulk of its arms, and a crown of spikes around its head. You also get a glimpse through Laszlo as he sends back an image of what almost seems like shiner jellyfish, but maybe a good 8 feet across, kind of hovering around the room, as well as a couple smaller shiners that kind of have that lizard monkey shape to them, kind of a monkey-like form, but covered in scales of that iridescent sheen and more of a lizard-like snout.
So I'll just burst out and start shooting.
Great.
Okay, great. I'm gonna bust out. I'm gonna start flying out into the gigantic cavern because my friend.
Get you there, or anywhere along there, wherever you want to be.
It really doesn't matter.
In
That
the air, right?
yeah.
How high?
Pretty. Basically as high as I can go. My philosophy in life.
The ceiling goes higher, but with just a close move.
Yeah, just
you get
quick.
about 20 feet.
Cool. And I will shoot as I now see the stuff.
You also actually
See
see
the
as you
demon jellyfish?
as you fly up, you see another one of the brutish shiners up on this ledge just beside you.
Ooh, oh boy. Yeah, what's the demon jellyfish? Oh, I don't see that.
You do?
That's the demon jellyfish?
Mm-hmm.
The red one?
But you said I'm sorry.
A brutish one on the ledge.
Yes.
The big one up here you can see. Laszlo didn't
Is that
see
actually a jellyfish?
No, the red ones are jellyfish. The green ones are big, brutish.
Okay, cool. It is a jellyfish.
Ish. Cool.
It's a jellyfish-ish.
I want to shoot the motherfucker that appeared because it scared me.
Okay. You may do so.
Damn. 6, 10. With fear. That's fucking lame as hell.
Okay. Sorry, navigating through a few different windows here. Sorry, you said a 10 with fear
Yeah.
against shiner jellyfish. And actually, your attack against this jellyfish has disadvantage, but you miss either way. Sorry, I was navigating through things here. As it seems to almost be almost insubstantial. Its form is almost kind of like shifting back and forth rapidly. Hard to get a bead on it, even in its massive state. As I get to fear the arrow seemingly on target, and then the last moment it just kind of shifts a foot to the right, and the arrow sails past.
I swear that never happens.
Putting the action onto me. You can also see from your vantage point at the far end of the chamber, up on a ledge, is this elven woman. Very much not a shaman.
Okay, wait, so that's the elven, that's the first looking one.
Mm-hmm.
And she's
This
just
is
watching.
Pegasa.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Got it. And so she, purple misted, poof, appeared over there.
Mhm.
Great.
Correct. All right, that puts the action over on to me. This horned brute lumbers over to the edge of the ledge edge. And you can see this massive rock of a fist that kind of has some of the carapaces like forming these spikes off the back and over the knuckles of it as it swings towards you, Penelope, a target in very close range. I'm spending, no, this is the first GM move. Which gets a 16 to hit.
Yeah, it hits.
12. 15 physical damage. And this particular shiner has the feature called Momentum. When it makes a successful attack against a PC, I gain a fear.
I don't like that.
How high up is that guy? Is it on a ledge?
It's on a ledge.
Yeah, it's maybe 18, 20 feet up.
Okay.
On this, minor damage to major damage to severe damage, right? What minor, so my minor is 15,
Mm-hmm.
so it's 14 as 1 hit point. Or is 15 also 1 hit point?
15 starts major damage.
So
That is-
15 hit points would be 2 hit points then.
15 damage is 2 hit points, correct.
Oh, sorry.
Or
15
one armor and
damage.
1 hit point.
15 damage is 2 hit points.
Yep. This has been a common
Yeah.
misconception. There is no minor threshold, it's a major threshold. Once you hit that, you're in major damage, then severe threshold. Once you hit that, you're in severe. Anything below major is minor.
Yeah. Okay. So I do need to use an armor slot to bring it down to 1.
To go
because
from
it's-
major to minor.
To go from
Correct.
major. Got it. Cool beans.
1 hit point marked. Okay.
That is 2 hit
In
points.
the air. Okay. The humanoid-like shiner at the rift. So the two of you are currently the only ones that can kind of see what's happening in the room. You see, it turns back to the rift and just says, "Come, come, the time is now!"
Oh.
And crawling out of the rift itself, you see more of the lizard monkey shiners
Oh my
crawling
goodness.
out
Did you-
of the rift.
Did you feel like you didn't have enough things out here, or
The big battle at the rift.
Hey,
are you worried that we weren't going to TPK?
we need to make new characters with Daggerheart because Daggerheart is so much fun.
Creating characters is so fun and easy. You'll want your character to die too.
What a slogan.
Where's my little tracker here? Okay. Phew. Okay. You two can also see this elven woman at the far end of the cavern. She does seem to kind of close her eyes for a moment and seems to be almost like chanting before she opens them, looking in your direction. And the ground in the tunnel erupts, exploding outwards. I have to spend a fear to activate her, as well as spending a fear to use her eruption move. A point within far range. The tunnel erupts, and all creatures within very close of that eruption point, which is everybody that is in the tunnel currently.
Sorry, we're within far range of her?
The point, yes.
Okay.
Far range is basically the width of the map.
Okay. Oh, that was more like very far.
Mm-hmm.
Very far is off the map.
Okay.
I can shoot very far.
Um,
That's how cool I am. I can shoot off a map.
I also can shoot very far.
Well, aren't you just really cool?
We are both very special people.
Very cool.
everybody that is currently in the tunnel, which is the remaining Hi-Jinx Jack's crew,
You mean only Hi-Jinx by chance?
please make an agility reaction roll.
Great.
Bad look. Bad look, friend.
I think that I'm gonna use.
Nope.
Good.
We are both not in the tunnel.
I mean, oh no,
Our
guys,
plan
you're
is
right.
coming to fruition.
Record him right in.
We want him.
Is there something I can do with my shell as a protector to use my experience in this? No,
Did you already roll?
I have not.
You want to use an experience, you just gotta pay the hope tax.
I just don't know what's happening to know if I can use
The
my
ground is
experience.
The ground is erupting.
That does sort of seem like something you could use. Well,
I
I don't
could
know.
stand on my shell to give myself more traction,
I don't
right? It just like adds more.
stand on your shell.
Yeah, if the ground is erupting, then it gives me more footing.
What do you got, Suni?
Okay, I'm not doing it. I'm just
Did
gonna
you
roll.
sit?
19 is a success.
Her shell is.
Yvain?
My shield
Jeff
is
has
a
a
shell.
shell.
A shell shield.
Yvain? What do you got?
Thank you.
Success.
60.
Success.
I didn't do the shell shield thing.
Didn't do it. Yeah, because when you have your shell, you look like one shell, right? You're just a.
tower.
On a
Tower
success, you take 3 physical damage.
Gross. 3 physical damage.
As you dive away, get some practice with the cave-ins, although this time it's coming from beneath you. And you find as the dust settles that the tunnel in front of you has completely been filled in by the eruption. It is impassable terrain.
Okay, I
Alright.
would like to power push the rubble.
You can do that as soon as I pass the turn over to you.
Oh, fine, whatever.
That is
Sorry, I
actually
really fucked
here.
that roll. I really
He
fucked that
did
roll.
his
Fear.
thing.
That was a lot of
It's
fear.
okay,
He
let
had
him-
stuck up.
Let him blow through all that fear he's got stacked up there.
See if we can kill one of us before he turns it over.
I will use a fear.
Yeah, that
I
We
just
know
think
when
it's
we get to
so
take a
funny
nap
that
or
you
not.
guys are stuck and we're out here.
You're like, okay, we did our jobs. We
Yeah,
get the
and I
gold and
just
go
like-
now, right?
He said they see him and I went whoop and now there's
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, we can just go.
No,
We
thank
got
you.
our answer. We know what happened.
I mean, you guys.
The first wizard.
All right,
No, I don't think it
the
is though.
Shiner jellyfish, you can see it
I know.
start floating up towards you.
Mm.
And as it comes up about 5-10 feet away from it, you can see these, and they're not like jellyfish tendrils, they're more like these armored tentacles that start to writhe and squirm and then reach out toward you, as it is going to mark a stress to use its lock up action, making an attack roll.
Just automatically reduce things by myself.
Which is a natural 20.
Oh.
However, this attack does not do damage.
No.
What it does is bind you in these tentacles and then pull you up inside of its domed body. You are restrained. You can escape with a strength roll, or someone else can try and pull you out with a strength roll. While you are restrained, you can only attack this creature. However, now that you're inside of it, the shifting is stopped, and you don't have disadvantage anymore. And just as a reminder, restrained is you cannot move until the condition is clear.
Okay. I do want to say a meta thing real fast. I do have my focus, right? So if I get a shot on the wizard lady, and we don't take her captive, I will always know what direction they are in.
Oh, nice.
I just wanted to say that out loud.
Hunter's
I'm
Mark
going to
thing?
try to get shot at the wizard lady for that
Mm.
purpose, because if we don't capture her,
Yeah.
we want to know where she is. Right?
Agreed.
And then we'll know which one, if there is a witch to know.
I will use a fear to spotlight another one of these brutes that is just using its full turn to come running towards the tunnel.
As long as you don't die.
Penelope out of reach of it.
Yay, yay, yay.
I'll use another fear to spotlight
Okay,
another
all right.
jellyfish.
Honestly, you can just stop using your fear.
No, better if you use up all that fear and make them run across the map. We got a whole fight.
I guess that's
So
true.
there.
But just run out of fear, in your movement. Okay.
And I will use another fear as from around the corner.
You're gonna die.
Probably.
Another
fun.
one of these hulking brutes comes running out from around the corner,
Are
slobber
you still
coming
moving?
out of its mouth as it's running in this direction. I will hang on to this remaining fear and pass
Oh,
the
sure.
turn
Now you'll hang on to
over
it.
to all of you.
Does anyone object to me power pushing this stuff?
Well, I was thinking about using an action to just do a little dance.
Maybe a
But
little.
yeah, I mean, I guess if you want to power push and maybe get us through into the combat, that's good.
Okay, I
Yeah.
do feel like your dance would accomplish something.
No, absolutely
Okay,
not.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, in that case, I will power
Yeah.
push.
Okay.
Teamwork.
So, yeah. As the rocks start to settle.
Oh, to move rocks. I could have moved rocks. Just not as
No.
fast.
Practicing all day.
Dang.
This might be faster, I don't know. It's an 18 with fear. And the
We're so fearful today.
targets are blasted back to far range. They would take 2d10 plus 2 magic damage, but since I am blowing them out of the mouth of a narrow tunnel and there are a bunch of enemies there, I would love it if the rocks hit some of them.
That's a big guy. That's a big
Shotgun.
guy right there in the
Yeah.
middle.
I would feel very sad if they also hit you since you're also in the middle of the tunnel.
In jelly though. In jelly
You're in a
though.
jellyfish.
Yeah, theoretically, it could be okay.
You
make the jellyfish.
can roll your 2d10 damage.
Okay. And actually, it's 3d10 because I rolled a fear.
Nice.
Okay.
Alright.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's nice. I do additional damage if I roll an attack roll with fear.
I'm pretty sure this is his balls roll dice though.
Who's that demon you guys
24
make
magic
deals
damage.
with? The pleasure and pain guy?
Okay, 24.
Oh,
The demon prince.
the demon prince, the
Oh,
sexy
that guy.
demon.
Sexy demon prince.
Josh, I'm so sorry.
Hang on, I'm doing a bunch of math here real quick. 24.
Sexy demon.
Started with an M, I think.
I thought it started with a G.
Grass.
Grass.
It's grass.
Grass.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like that's a power Grast would have. You know, like if you fail with fear, you can, or
Oh,
you know, if you
hurt
succeed with
hard, you
fear,
hurt more.
Yeah, you do more
Mhm.
damage.
Yeah, that's definitely a grass move.
Yeah.
Oh, I miss grass.
Oh, I
We have such
definitely
nice
forgot
eyes.
this.
Best ass.
Mm-hmm.
Did he
Yeah,
come
some
from the book,
grass.
or was that a Josh creation?
No, grass is like a
Yeah, he's a real.
Okay.
yeah.
Mogar.
Figure.
What's
No, Mogar's dead. You killed him.
Dead name?
It shows a token that also looks like a minotaur.
Alright, hold up now.
Laszlo, I also need you to make an agility reaction roll with advantage
Oh my god,
as
that is
an
so
explosion erupts from the tunnel beside you.
18 with fear.
No fair on reaction.
Oh, that's right, my bad.
All right.
You get nothing. 18.
That's right. Give him nothing.
As
Wow.
oh you also take 13 damage from this explosion of shrapnel.
Sorry, buddy. Sorry, buddy.
You're too far away.
Make it roll.
Device added to your account. iPhone now has access to iMessage.
Do you move, Yvain, with your...
Yeah, if I can, I'll move up. If I... What? Because I did this particular spell instead.
Oh, yeah.
I want to clear the tunnel.
Alright.
But I can move as part of that, so I will move up. But I don't really want to be... Will it be blocking the tunnel?
No.
Okay. Then I'll move forward to the
As you move forward and around the corner, the scene unveils in front of you, and you can see this massive hulking shiner running in this direction. You see the two kind of floating carapace shiner jellyfish.
Can I see Penelope?
You do, you're not, it might be Penelope. You see a silhouette of something inside of one of them.
I'm
Where's Penelope?
I'm probably the same shape too as like as like a jellyfish. With a hat and you know.
She led us to these jellyfish.
She has entered into jellyfish. This must have been her plan.
I know, I am jellyfish.
As the action comes over to me, I will...
And did the creature take damage?
Yes.
Awesome.
The brutes took major damage. The jellyfish took severe.
I love that.
There's some
Old coffee there.
This brute.
You broke it. I thought I spilled it like it was gonna about to land.
Oh my god. You ever watch
All right, this
Make some
brute.
noise, I'll drop out. Make some noise, I'll drop out.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This brute lowers its spiked crown head as it comes charging. You think towards you, Yvain, but then you see its trajectory is slightly off as it slams into the wall here, causing the wall to shatter and crack, and more rubble comes raining down upon you as it uses its battering ram action.
Okay.
All targets in very close range, which is Yvain and Laszlo, please make an agility reaction roll.
Oh my goodness.
Really like fucking strong point.
5 because you have a fake leg.
Wait, can I crit on this?
It's a reaction roll.
Or can I?
It's still a success.
It's still a success.
The crit is that you have a real leg.
Yeah, I crit. Come on, real leg!
Sorry, headphone users.
I didn't crit because I didn't have real leg.
What do you got, Laszlo?
14.
All right. Yvain,
Whatever.
Yvain, on your real leg, you managed to dodge out of the way of this shrapnel. Laszlo, still recovering from the blast that came from behind you, more rubble and shrapnel crashes down upon you.
She won.
Keeps hitting me with chin.
As you take 11 physical damage.
Oh, man.
Okay.
Yeesh.
This is from the first season.
Are you gonna die?
You're doing
No, we're good.
like all takes for the. Oh.
No, I saw
It doesn't feel great, but we're good. I don't.
I mean, you can take 1 armor to reduce it.
I don't. I'm watching a lot of
You don't
clips.
because
Actually, like,
you can't. There's stuff.
but if I
in-
know of them, and they're
Yeah.
Is-
funny.
I didn't think that was
Yeah.
part of the story. I like that. I know it could, but like,
I don't watch
I figured it'd be more.
Right.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah, it would just be
Alright.
Pagasa
denting
turns
your
back
armor, you know.
from the rift,
I appreciate it.
stretching out this clawed hand as he just says, "Your struggle is pointless."
Uh-oh.
Don't make us feel bad, dude.
I
Just because you're hopeless doesn't mean we
I
have
spend
to
a
have.
fear to spotlight Pagasa, and then I will spend a fear for this "your struggle is pointless" action.
Oh my god.
He immediately weighs down the spirits of all PCs within far range, which is everybody. All targets affected, replace your hope die with a D8.
What?
Until you roll a success with hope or your next rest, your hope die is a D8.
That's disgusting.
That is Pagasa.
I don't have a D8.
I got you.
Wait.
Do you want purple or gold?
Now I need to do things.
Wow.
What do you feel more hope from? Gold.
That's Pagasa.
Ooh, that's so pretty.
With that, the action is back on all of you. The way out of the tunnel has been cleared.
Tarika really
I'd like to get out there and start shielding you guys.
She will also run out.
Sorry, Blue. If you don't mind, Suni, do you mind me running ahead?
Do your thing, girl.
Okay, I'd like to go hit this one who thinks he should be ramming the wall. It seems weird. So run up next to Yvain so I can get closer to Laszlo. What am I standing next to there though? What's that?
That's Tarika.
Oh, that's Rika. Okay, yeah, I'll stand between them. That feels safe actually. I like that. Okay. And I would like to hit that guy. This feels weird. Oh, I don't have a 12. Wait, yes I do. Hold on. I just had to change my dice. No, I'm gonna stick with my same fear die inside of my hope die. Don't change your fear. Fuck, change your fear.
You do have advantage as Tarika is assisting in this.
No,
So add a D6.
I mean, this is very nice, but, well, I got the 6. This is very nice, but, I don't think I can re-roll my hope. Make an attack with your primary weapon against a target with a melee. On a success, you deal damage. Okay. Well. Okay. 11, 12, 16 with fear.
Succeeds.
And mark a stress when I roll with fear?
No.
Oh, okay.
Unless I tell you to.
Okay. I will. I use the full force of my body in a fight. On a successful attack using a melee weapon, I gain the bonus of my damage. Oh, okay, sorry. I'm just trying to make sure I don't miss things. What was I trying to read though? I deal damage and knock them back to close range on a success with hope. Okay, I didn't do that. Additionally, I can spend a hope and make them temporarily vulnerable. I will be spending a hope for that.
Yeah, make them vulnerable.
I will be making him vulnerable.
What does vulnerable do?
Gives advantage.
Nice.
But Tarika's already giving advantage. So I'm not gonna.
No, she gave advantage to you. She can only give advantage to one person
Okay.
around.
Okay. And he seems pretty strong.
He's a big bruiser.
Okay. Okay. I am going to do. $13 physical damages.
13 physical damage against this guy.
And
Minor damage.
great. I'm glad I did the vulnerability. He's vulnerable. That's all I got.
He is vulnerable. And I should also point out, Tarika has another way that she can help over. It hasn't come up yet. But she has another ability called Rally Hope. If at any point all of you have 0 hope, she instantly teleports you to a destination of her choice and gives everyone 2 hope.
Awesome.
Okay, I'm
So-
about to use another hope.
I have no
for
hope.
Sure.
So if at any point everybody is out of hope, let me know.
Oh, everyone.
Yes, but on
Yeah.
a roll with fear, the action comes back to me.
Does she have any ability for when everyone at the table has rolled with fear?
No.
How many can you only make him vulnerable?
Oh no, I can keep going. For as much hope as I have, that's an unlimited thing.
I ask because I have no strength. And if I get advantage on hitting my guy, I get free.
The first wizard
You
from
have
across
advantage
the
against
way
him, no? Oh, but you need
points
advantage
her
against each other.
staff in your direction.
If you have that ability to do that. If you
To attack Tulok.
Come at me, bro.
Bruh.
Yeah. Dirty 20.
Yeah.
12 magic damage.
That's it.
She levels the staff and shoots a blast towards you.
Minor.
Do I feel like I'm gonna be hurt by this thing if you had enough fear?
If it attacks you.
Gonna try to get out.
I was just curious if like
Um,
you just didn't have enough fear to be hurting me,
When
or
when I take damage, I have I can retaliate.
yeah.
I believe. I believe in a thing called retaliation.
How do you retaliate against a wizard at far range?
I don't.
So you have to retaliate. What is the text of the? You have to retaliate against them.
It's not actually.
It's probably something melee.
here. Something I used to have.
Oh.
Uh,
Okay.
Boo.
I believe in a skill I wanted to know.
Yep, I will spend a fear
Spend it.
as one of these shiners, the lizard monkey shiners.
Did you guys see the picture I found on the internet? The lizard monkey? I sent it last week.
I don't remember.
I just worded it.
Comes rushing over in that direction. I am out of fear. The action is back on all of you.
If you saying that with if I get a shot on first wizard lady, can I try to break free of the? You said I have to make a strength roll, or was it just a strength roll?
Just a strength roll to break out of the restraint.
Cool.
And you can only target this creature.
Yeah, that's what. Well, yeah. So I have to break free to be able to shoot.
Or take it down. Looks like it took a pretty big hit from something, some sort of explosion outside.
Okay, well, I mean, then I'll hit it. Or shoot it. Shoot it? I have a dagger, but I can shoot it though, right? Yeah.
There's no disadvantage.
Do you have disadvantage for close for no range?
That's cool.
They have range increments. Anywhere inside of that range increment, you can shoot.
Cool. Then I'll shoot it to try to kill it.
Okay.
Saying that, probably going to roll with fear. So, the D8 thing. Does anybody need a healer or anything? 'Cause we're probably going right back. Or a potion. I guess I would also. I attack. Oh, well, it wasn't with fear, but it was really bad. With 3, 7.
With
but
hope.
with hope. They're all the 2 and 1.
So close.
Fail with hope.
Yay!
Wait, I don't get a hope,
And
right?
streak. You do get
Sweet. Yeah.
And you have to succeed with hope to get the your hope die back.
A success with hope. Put your hope die back to a D12.
This is a real curse.
Yep.
Pagasa, you are hopeless.
Yeah.
Or he's attempting to make you hopeless.
Do you have
at
plans,
least.
Suni?
My friends?
Plans?
Not really.
With a fail, the action comes back onto me. I'm going to spotlight another one of these lizard shiners. 5, 10. As they are coming rushing over in that direction, action is back on all of you.
I mean, I can shoot.
I like to hit,
But I'm
and
happy
this
to
guy's
let-
vulnerable.
Lazo stab or something.
I would like to attempt to restrain the brute that charged at us.
Great, I love that.
You know,
He's vulnerable right now, so
Oh,
you
nice.
have advantage.
Oh, nice, nice.
I mean, you can break me free of it too.
That's true. You might not do damage while you're inside. Okay, I'll do that.
Yeah. Please hit the jelly.
We got Laszlo.
We gotta get past the
15
brute, too,
would
so we can get to you.
Against the brute. Does succeed.
Alright.
With hope?
So, as like, I'm still recovering from like the recoil of that blast, or the brute charging into the wall. I gather all my strength I can to muster up the shadow to bind him up again with shadow bind.
Ooh.
And he is restrained.
Restrained. As many targets succeed against are temporarily restrained as the shadow binds.
Nice.
In place.
There's got to be a restraint on
Was that for multiple targets?
Yeah, all adversaries within very close range.
Oh.
But that's just the brute at the moment.
right? And at the same
Done
time,
multiple?
As you send the shadows out, they reach up, restraining this massive shiner. You see Tarika running towards that jellyfish one, as she is just like, I think our little friend is inside of here! And she starts hacking away at this other creature. She will be giving advantage to whoever attacks that creature next. But as you rolled with fear, the action comes over to me.
That's weird. What's she doing in there?
I think it is all part of her plan. Oh, I'm just kidding.
Alright, I will immediately spotlight the first wizard who levels her staff in your direction again, and you removed a token, so you have done one action while you're invisible. You are closer to becoming visible.
Which I can.
She blasts another blast, arcane blast, over toward Tulok. Ooh, it's a 6 to hit.
Ooh.
No.
It's back to us.
No, that's still on here.
No, but you miss.
Which I will use as Pegasa
So you give us a fear.
seeing all of the shiners converging on you. He just says, yes, our time has come. Come, my minions! And more of these lizard monkeys start crawling out of the rift. Those of you in the room, Yvain and Tulok, you do see something that Penelope and Laszlo had missed as they hadn't been looking for it. Beneath the rift, as it's just kind of floating in the air, is another one of these arcane contraptions with a book spread open in its core, just below the rift itself, as more shiners are being pulled through the rift every moment.
I do shout back, Suni, there is another book underneath this rift! And then I think I drop a fireball.
Okay?
And just, it looks, if I hit this, if I aim at this one, I can get jellyfish, whatever that is. And
Lizard monkeys?
lizard monkey. I can get 3 lizard monkeys and 2 jellyfish. Does that seem right to you?
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's math.
Very close.
All creatures within very close range of the target.
I think there's 2 lizard monkey parts.
The one holding Penelope is actually 20 feet up in the air,
Oh,
so you wouldn't get that one.
if I aimed at this one, would I get the one holding Penelope?
There's obviously a primary.
I'll give you that.
Okay.
You missed the other one, but you would hit the one holding Penelope.
That's cool. And I would still get these 2, and
Yes.
I would get all of the lizard
You
monkeys.
get the group of minions
Okay.
plus the Penelope jellyfish.
Sick. Penelope
Yeah.
Jellyfish was a
Jello.
really good band name.
Do you think they talked to Octavia and find out where the party is?
Probably.
Where's the vibe?
Vibe check.
Love it.
Give me 1 second. I just need to look something up real quick. I want.
No, I never pause combat to look things up. I am offended.
It honestly, that's really crazy.
Damn.
I think it's something.
Can you crit with your D8 and your D6?
If you roll doubles, it's a crit.
No, not with your advantage die, I don't think.
Oh, not with the,
Come on.
only
But
on
what
your-
if your D8 and your D6 combine to equal your D12?
No.
You get a 6, 6, 12.
No.
I feel like that spells crit. It's a good thing I wasn't rolling. Fear.
And it's just as if you succeed with fear, or if you succeed with hope, then you get your dice back, right?
Mhm.
Okay.
Or you take a rest.
Yeah.
I don't think you want to do that right now, though.
Probably.
Time out! Time out!
This jellyfish is is really comfy.
It's like that's in Robert Jimenez for Dave Chappelle's like, time out, you guys! I am all out of air, and then he just like pumps up his shoes.
Oh yeah.
I would like to, using the saying that the maxim, knowledge is mastery from my upbringing, and sort of seeing this whole battlefield laid out clearly in the book at the center underneath the rift and all of these targets, I would like to roll with the d20 as my hope die.
Nice.
Okay,
Ooh.
can do so.
Will that
Right.
destroy the curse?
That's what he said.
If he rolls with hope, success with hope.
I will also use a hope for battle mage.
Orderborn coming in clutch.
Yeah. Well, maybe we'll see. Yes. That is 18. That's a 25 hope.
Very nice.
Take a hope as you successfully attack all of these creatures.
Great. They make reaction rolls against 12.
12.
Yeah, target and all creatures very close to them must make a reaction roll 12.
Yeah.
Okay.
Must
They
be
take
a
half damage if
12
they fail.
specific.
If it's-
Wait, mine is a 13, yours is a 12.
Yes. I don't know.
Maybe you have an
Wait.
ability
It might be actually, hang on.
that increases your
13,
spell
sorry.
DC.
Yeah.
I was looking at my old sheet.
All right. The one you targeted failed. All the rest succeeded.
Okay, well, let's see.
16, 17, and 18.
15,
But they're also minions.
right. 2d20 plus 5. Oh my god, what awful damage roll.
You did,
7
and now
plus
you
5.
feel like you need to be careful.
Yeah, I know. I can't no. Oh well, that's what it is. 12 magical damage.
12.
Yes. Targets who succeed take half damage. That's really balls. But that's what d20s are swinging, you know.
Yeah.
That one takes minor. These three. The three minions are all vaporized.
I think it was actually 4 minions. Oh, 4 minions, right?
Oh, not that it matters.
Not really.
Also is vaporized. Oops.
And
And this
jellyfish?
fire blast. The jellyfish is burnt and singed, but still floating there.
Alright, that's okay. Thank you. I appreciate the help.
On a success with hope, the action is still on all of you.
And I stay where I am, I don't need to go any further.
It's like 18 feet in the air. It's like flying up there.
Do you want to try to just get out so you can?
If you guys don't mind.
No, yeah, hit it.
Yeah? Yeah. Okay, I'll hit her one more time.
Go for it.
One more time. You have advantage on it still, right?
You do have advantage from Terika weakening it.
Yeah, I'm also. No, I'm gonna save my one hope. 'Cause I don't know.
Okay.
Okay. Alright, okay.
Good
I can
advantage.
math.
Very good
11,
advantage.
18, 22 with hope.
Success with hope. Your hope die is back to a D12.
Thank you for the gold.
Please tell us how you break out of this jellyfish shiner.
So I am like right in the middle of its weird tentacles, armored tentacles. And like most fish that are very flat, right? They have a very squishy inside, and I'm right in that thing, so I kind of just go right up through the middle, and it splits.
Revealing Penelope fluttering in the air, covered in shiner slime.
And I just
Action still on all of you.
That's an entrance, Penelope.
Yeah. Alright, I got this big guy right in front of us still. He's restrained and vulnerable still?
I smack him. I smack him.
Smack him.
Why do I have? Oh, because I didn't hope yet.
Right.
Like it's vulnerable, so I have
That's
advantage.
right.
But I hoped now.
Yeah.
13, 15, 19 with hope.
Hell yeah, take a hold.
Success with hope. Your hope die goes back to a D12.
2d10. 11.
You know,
Plus
we need it the
8
most.
is 19.
It's the most people with
Physical.
the whole game.
19
Hello.
physical is major damage. And as a reaction to this brute of a shiner uses its bloody reprisal and swings a spiked fist back at you.
Actually, because I succeeded with hope, I added d6 to that. It was 4 more damage. So it was 19, it was actually 25.
That's still major damage.
Okay.
You got something else?
No.
It got a 13 on its bloody reprisal to hit back at you.
13 to hit is successful.
On a successful attack, it has momentum, so I gain a fear. And it is going to do 18 physical damage. Action still on all of you, as soon as Tulok figures out her damage.
No,
Just
she
one.
took it.
And one for the rest, unfortunately.
And I.
So I have the one thing that I can do, right, to help this with shooting her. Do you want me to do that now? I feel like I've taken a couple rounds already, so I don't, but that's like the only other like move that I have to help us in like this fight is to make sure we know where this bitch goes.
Yeah, that's true.
Um,
Pretty crucial.
And then we can start hitting everything. But I just want to try to get her.
That is,
Sumi hasn't done
I was gonna say,
anything
that
yet.
is a very good strategy, but also Sumi has done nothing this time.
I'm so sorry. Yes.
I haven't.
I'm not saying she has to go, because that is a good idea.
Well, I know, and that's I have gone a couple
I
times
was
in a row.
thinking of interjecting and then like brought that up, and I feel like that's kind of Marshall's position though.
I can't see her leaving anytime soon either. I'm just like that's the last like strat I have really that I can do in this
Definitely
right
bomb.
now.
Next, if she didn't have a plan.
I run in and probably try to fireball at the gossip, to be honest.
Ooh.
Fireballs are nice.
So
Okay. Running up behind Yvain.
With the fireball hitting the shiners, are there still like the shiner bodies, or are they like incinerated?
There's bits
They're
and pieces.
gone.
There's bits and pieces left.
Yeah.
yeah.
More so of the larger one.
I was just curious if like what they do when they die.
Trying
I
to
haven't really
that.
thought about it before, but now I'm a hunter and I'm curious how they die. Because I don't remember if I asked the last.
Eight with fear.
8 with fear. That is a fail.
Oh, I didn't.
So probably
So
11.
yeah, it's 11.
11 with fear also misses. On a... Nope, not gonna use that yet. Okay. Misses on fail with fear.
Move in.
As you see, and remember you have +1 to your spellcast rolls.
The 12 with fear.
Still misses. But just remember that. You see your fireball is actually right on target. It's aiming straight for Pegasa's chest And you see he looks up, his three-eyed visage looking at you as he just grins and turns to the side, and the fireball just in the rift.
Lights on.
Badass.
And turns back towards
He looks like the
you.
Night King.
Which, and when he turns to the side to dodge, it gives you the view of that book. And you do see what looks like another duplicate of a Marathi book that has been defiled and desecrated, left on the ground there to create this rift.
From where we're at, can I see if it's like the same size and shape of the other one that we picked up?
It's roughly the same size. The device looks very similar to it. And
You have to.
I'd say as a Marathi, it's almost drowned out with these pulsing waves of arcane energy. They're just like, you've hopped up on Red Bull at the moment. But among this storm of arcane energy, you almost feel like you can sense that book. You can sense the injury done to it. You can feel almost like a physical pain yourself, especially having seen the book itself. You feel this connection to the book. On a roll with fear, though. First thing, Lagasa, as he is turned to avoid the fireball, he just says, "Come, our time is here." And more of the Shiner lizard apes crawl out of the rift. And Laszlo's still invisible.
Yo.
Alright, I will spend a fear to activate this Shiner jellyfish. Is it moved over? And
Are you
attempts
uncomfortable?
to attack Tulok.
I'm not really ecstatic about our current predicament.
It is also going to mark a stress for its lockup ability. Close range is a 17 to hit.
Yeah.
The armored tentacles pull you inside of the jellyfish body. You are restrained, and you can only attack the jellyfish.
I retract. I can't take damage, and I am in my shell. I can't take actions.
Okay.
Is that an actual ability?
I mark a stress to retract. I mark a stress, retract into my shell. While I'm in my shell, I have resistance to physical damage. Okay, so I have resistance to physical damage, disadvantage on action rolls, and I can't move.
Okay. It does not do any damage to you. For my final fear, I will spotlight the brute up on the ledge, who even from this distance swings one of its spiked fists at Penelope.
I actually don't think that's a reaction. I don't think I could have done that yet.
I feel like it should be.
That is a 10 to hit. Actions back on all of you.
Shoot.
Do you want it? Yeah, sure. I can shoot. I can shoot. So I will shoot. I will use a spend a hope to make an attack, and I'm also going to use Eagle Eye for my experience to
Okay.
hit.
Spend another hope. to
Pretty
use your
hairy.
experience.
Read that.
Okay. Oh my god, that was pretty good. 15, 19
Nice.
to
With?
hit
With?
with fear.
And the
19 does hit.
ears next to me.
Cool. So on a success, deal your attacks normal damage. Temporarily make the attacks target your focus. So I always know where they are.
Mm-hmm.
When I deal damage to them, they must mark a stress.
Mm-hmm.
When I fail an attack against them, I can choose to end my focus to re-roll my dice.
Mm-hmm. Got it.
Alright, so I attack and I do damage. I do damage. Oh. 5, 12 physical damage.
12 is major damage.
So I have a question when it comes to what does proficiency do? Why would I want
This is your damage.
Mm-hmm.
So when I make a damage roll, I can mark a stress to gain a +1 bonus to your proficiency.
Which is another die.
So I add another roll dice to my damage. Then I'm going to do that.
Okay. And you also cause her to mark her stress because she is your focus.
If that goes into effect right at this moment, then yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They mark a stress. Okay, and so I will roll. Oh wait, I did that already. I had rolled a 12. I rolled a 12, and now I'm gonna add the dice for the stress that I marked.
Okay.
1.
Of course.
So 13.
It is still major damage.
Nice.
Damn it. Cool.
You want to move?
Cool. Yes. I would like to move towards the light.
Don't go into the light, Carrie.
I'm a bug. What can I say? I'm a half bug. What can I
Shafts
say?
of sunlight from the ceiling or the
Yeah, this
pulsing
big-
rainbow light?
The sunlight.
Okay.
To move over into that open area away from everybody else and away from scary baddies to hurt me as far as I can go.
Great.
Going up higher too?
Yeah. Yeah.
You are near the ceiling of this cavern at this point.
Cool.
Success with hope action still on all of you.
Did you understand?
The big ramming one is still rolling.
I mean, I'm really help nobody. Okay,
How many more tokens do you have?
It's only one more, so like as I go through, I can do that thing.
So do you want to try to get out? Do you have anything you want to do?
I would use fireball and try to get those minions.
Okay. Anything you want to do?
I mean, I feel like
You're in the jellyfish.
I'm in the jellyfish, and I don't think it's worth it for you guys to focus on getting me out of the jellyfish yet. If you...
Tulak is the most capable of getting out of the jellyfish.
Sure. You can make a strength roll, and you have the strength potion. Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. That you took, right?
Yeah, I took it.
Yeah.
So I
Did you
have
drink
the
it?
increased strength. Is that what it takes to get out? Is just strength?
Strength roll.
Or kill it.
Or kill it, yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't have any. That's why I asked for help.
I have disadvantage on action rolls currently because I'm in my I'm retracted
How long do you stay retracted for?
until I come out of my shell.
And you need some encouraging words and a safe environment, or?
I think I just need to figure out if it's safe to stick my hair out or not. I saw what happened to Penelope when she came out of the jellyfish.
It was epic though.
Yeah,
That was
that's
pretty cool.
Yeah.
But and she looked a little slimy. So I'm just worried about my hair. But yeah, I'm more preferring to smash my way out, but I guess I could try to just rip my way
I
through.
mean, it's up to you. I'm gonna blast the guy in front of me, but it's I'm gonna blast him whenever there's a good moment to do that.
Use the vulnerability. Blast
I
him.
blast him.
Yeah.
Power push. My probably my single most used spell in this campaign so far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Power push him into the jelly.
Having your skin
I'm
tear
sorry
in
to
half.
ask this, but like, are we gonna keep going to the end of the battle? I just like my baby is asleep and it's just getting late for me. My parents need to go to sleep too.
It depends on how things go during this round. You guys are wiping the floor with them pretty well.
He's vulnerable.
Yes, he is vulnerable.
18 hope.
Nice.
You succeed in your power push. What was it called?
Power push.
Mogar, you can see
Wow.
this shiner.
Again.
You can see this shiner. Yvain attempting to push it away. However, your shadows are currently holding it in place.
Oh, yeah.
Do you want to release it?
Yeah.
The shadows retract. It is pushed far range.
Yep, back to far range and takes two. Takes 2d.
If I was
Look at it slow. That was fun.
And it takes 12 magic damage.
12 magic damage is minor damage.
Yeah. I don't know if it takes anything from hitting anything, but probably not that range.
That was such a slow.
And I'll say with the power push, it doesn't have time to react with its bloody reprisal.
Great.
So you push it back, you succeeded with hope.
Yep.
Action still on all of you.
Let's just talk physics here for a second. If he had not let it move and he had power pushed it, would that have like doubled the damage if he power pushed it into something that it couldn't move against?
It would just
I'm not
scare
giving
me.
you a combo to automatically crit anytime you want.
Oh, that would be cool. Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Hey,
I thought it was a great
Do you
question.
want an arcane door?
I
Across the room?
would like that.
Let's do it.
Right behind.
Yeah. Okay, I have no creatures in melee with me. I will now cast Arcane Door.
Okay.
Spell cast.
Do you have to do it next time? Last one to do that?
No, so on a success, on a success, or when you have no adversaries within melee,
What are you,
make
rude?
spell cast roll.
I
13.
didn't say it.
On a success, spend a hope to create a portal from where you are to a point within far range you can see. It closes once a creature has passed through it. So the portal appears where I am, and then Mogar just has to go through.
I'm going home.
The last one has to go through. So I'll move up so that you have more. Doesn't really matter because
Not really, because I'm just going to go through, right?
Yeah.
And then appear
It
right
turns out
behind.
Mogar never died.
I will spend a hope to use solidarity forever since this is a team effort.
Okay.
Who wants to live?
I guess it's like a tag team, because like if we do it at the same time, because like
Solidarity.
Well, because there's no damage, so let's not spend the hope on that.
I just figured as like a kind of like a 1-2 thing instead of like a turn reaction fear back to us and
Well,
I
I
don't
hear
know.
you.
Okay.
But
You're spending 3 hope to not do extra damage.
right, there's no damage from this spell.
Yeah.
Also, I rolled with hope.
Oh, okay.
It's
You're
all
like, calm
right.
down.
23 with hope.
Okay, you successfully create a portal.
Right, and I will say maybe I'll just move kind of like a little bit over here, just one square.
What is the destination of this portal?
You want it like right behind her?
Okay.
Yeah, just
Right
behind.
in face.
Actions on all of you.
Okay, and it's there. So, all you wrote.
So as I watch Yvain make the door, I remember the feeling when being connected to Suni, how much that person like kind of like spiked the energy, like. So I kind of understand what's about to happen. So I go through the door, and I go and I peer behind the first wizard, whoever.
The first wizard or her imitator.
Right.
Also,
And-
The lady.
connected.
What's up?
We're still connected. We're connected until I stop it.
We're connected
Amazing.
forever.
And I will attempt to shadow bind her into place.
Okay.
Uh, 14 with fear. Wait. Gosh, I should have added.
Okay.
I should have added my experience. This was actually scheming. This was actually scheming. Damn. Let me do it.
It's too late now.
All right, fine.
The experience would have made it a success, but it is a fail with fear. As you emerge, even as you're stepping out of the gate, and you're still invisible, although it drops when you do this, right? As you step through invisibly, you can see her lined up perfectly. Your focus is totally away from you, but in that moment, you see her just turn back with a smile on her face. She just goes, naughty, 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 and steps out of the way of this was the shadow bindings again, steps out of the way of that.
I tried.
It was a good idea.
Now you're over there, you might need to do some stabbing or something.
Alright, I will, on a fail of fear, it comes over to me, I will spotlight the first wizard.
Oh boy.
It's not good. It's not good. I tried.
As, let me make sure how all these work together. Standard
Who
attack.
wants to live forever? Not Mogar.
Alright, as she naughty naughties you and then turns back with her staff just like right in your face as you become visible. She unleashes. That's only a 6 to hit.
Wow.
That misses. That's
And
what?
That's some adrenaline right there.
What?
she also marks a stress to use her passive battle teleport as the attack misses you. You see again this purple mist coming to surround her. When it clears, she is gone. Penelope,
Attack of opportunity or anything?
you see her, and of course you know her direction. You see her appear just stepping out of this purple mist on this other ledge in the opposite corner.
But
As well.
directly behind those rocks.
Exactly. She appears there. I will then get into some action. Will then spend a fear to spotlight Pegasa, who wades out across the water.
He remembered things.
Yeah, I really tried to do it on almost every roll.
Yeah.
And you see he almost like Kamehamehas,
I forgot.
brings his hands together and blasts out towards Suni. That's a 7 to hit.
Ooh.
So no. Just no.
How do you evade this blast from Pegasa?
I see it coming at my face, my ears perking up, my eyes dilating as it's like see it coming, and then I immediately crouch down onto the ground.
It explodes behind you.
Bounce back up and hiss it at him.
And oh boy. Yes. The jellyfish lashes its tentacles out towards Yavain, marking
Why is it do this?
stress.
Wants to get to know you better.
I am not consenting to this kind of boundary violation.
14 to hit.
Yes.
These armored tentacles wrap around you, pull you up inside
Next to
of
Tulok?
the jellyfish.
Next to a shell.
Next to a shell,
Yeah.
Oh gosh! He's killed Tulok, always left his shell.
Oh, hey, Yvette. Is it safe to bring my hair out?
As it brings you up inside of its swarm, capturing the two of you, Laszlo all the way on the other end of the battlefield, Penelope flying up into the air. Suni, you see the three eyes of Tarika, like frantically looking around, surveying the battlefield. She just backs up protectively in front of you, her blades out, kind of guarding where you are in the tunnel, kind of looking back, and she says, "We do have a plan, right?"
I think this is cool.
Yes.
And that's where we'll pick up next week. The amazing plan that is in place.
Also, you still have telepathy, so if you are in trouble, you can let me know through graphic images.
We will.
All you see is paint.
The first wizard was so scared of him that she teleported all the way across the room.
That is true. That is
Yeah.
true.
She actually
True.
wanted to be in range for more of her abilities.
I was already
Yes.
in range. She missed.
We will return next week for our last stream of the month to hopefully find the conclusion of the battle at the Rift, see if we can do something about the Rift itself, or we just keep letting shiners pour through there. All of you out there in audience land, thank you as always for joining us. Again, click the follow, click the subscribe, give us your Prime memberships. We love all of your support. Even if you just do the free stuff, we love that too. Give us a thumbs up over on YouTube. All of it goes a long way to helping us keep doing what we're doing. Until then, be good to yourselves, be good to each other. We'll see you next time.